Howdy folks, welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. I am Joe Treff, your GM this evening and most, and I am joined by all of my friends, Matt, Dan, Kara, Olive, and Ari. What does that look for?
I'm trying to figure out if it's Among Us on your shirt. I was like, that's weird Among Us.
No, it's just a shirt that I've had
We're
since
alive!
high school.
We're back.
We're going to be playing, yeah, we are back. It's been 21 days since we last played. But I know, right? And for Matt, it's been an entire month. We left off mid-combat, which is something we don't tend to do, and it's for reasons like this. But we're going to play some Starfinder in just a second. Before we do, a couple of quick announcements. Like I said, man.
We're mostly alive.
Mostly alive. Woo. Because we have been off for so long, you find yourself a little bit lost. On YouTube, we are at Alberon RPG, and you can see literally every minute of this campaign. Which amasses to quite a bit of time. We're over 100 hours of runtime now, I believe. And all of that at Alberon RPG on YouTube. Tomorrow night, we're going to be playing Adventures in Alberon Courts of Everest, I believe session 44 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we also have Instagram and other social media at Alberon RPG for all those different things. You can see close-ups of things like our encounter maps. We have lots of different handouts and things like that, and so all of those are available at Alberon RPG. That's a cool dice. Is that new?
I got annoying, I guess, for the people on the side
very
of the table.
Cool. Oh,
so they got me a
man.
quiet fidget.
That is, but it's like visually loud.
Sorry.
No. I like
gotta
it
be
a
loud
lot.
in some capacity.
Oh man, I like that a lot. That's
It
cool.
matches the dice gel, too.
It does. Yeah,
it matches
does.
Gibbs.
It'll fit. It does. That is so cool. Anyways, this is a real professional announcement that I have here. Instagram, things like that. No, we don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
Because with
You
all of those
sirens.
announcements out of the way, it's time to play this week's session of Mosaic Team 5.
So that
She doesn't like us.
Mosaic Team 5. Last we played, ever so long ago. You all find yourselves aboard Prime Station, the galactic seat of the government, such as it is in the Milky Way, following a number of different tips to try to locate some more information pertaining to some of your larger goals. Eventually, you found your way to the Hollow Husk, and there found yourselves on a very rapid journey through this dangerous and abandoned place, facing off against divers, who are these individuals trapped in virtual reality, cultists from the cult of Zon Kuthan, yourselves in many capacities. And so, ultimately, you found your way last session to the Eye of Scorn, a highly augmented husk head with an anti-magic eye embedded into their chest where a head or neck might have been at one point. You managed to sneak past, with Shade opting to take a longer route, accounting for his absence. And you almost made it clear to the Tower of the Blue Hunter, walking across much of the Hollow Husk without issue and avoiding a variety of different traps. However, you stopped short when you heard chanting along your path. Ahead, in a warehouse whose entrance was largely blocked by debris and old containers and elements that were designed to really obscure sightlines, there were Zon Kuthan cultists conducting a ritual. You debated about simply walking past, but Echo observed a pair of cultists wheel in a trio of android bodies on a hoverlift, one of which was an Echo unit. Echo moved in very quickly and observed that beyond the cultists, there was a massive Vesk in power armor that dug into their scales, a servant of midnight who, with a skilled cultist by their side, began to take apart the first of the three bodies. Spice and Echo coordinated an assassination attempt on the first guard, finding that they were isolated above on the catwalk. You nearly succeeded, and even though you were shy of damage initially, with initiative beginning, you were still able to complete this kill and drop the corpse to or on top of Gibbs, and kept your cover intact for the time being. The rest of you moved up, with Echo capturing the attention of the other elevated guard and approaching. When this occurred, with everything going so well, Bubbles and Gibbs waited, creeping closer, but Bubbles, it was you that were spotted, and decided that the best way to greet the cultists was by awkwardly saying, hi, and transitioning the hello into a very svelte cough. This captured the attention of the Vesk in charge, who stormed over and seized you, instigating the battle, but Spice's psychokinetic eyes and mesmerizing skin fascinated him for long enough that, Bubbles, you were able to escape for a time. Things began to look grim after some initial success, with Echo, Spice, and Bubbles all falling, I believe, at different points. But as things looked bleak, the temperature changed rapidly along with your fortunes as Emma burst through the ceiling and, at least for the time, fought on your side. As this happened, Gibbs dove away from the scrum, taking a hit as she did so, but using the momentum to shake the jar and burst garbage juice over everyone, bringing everyone back to some level of disgusting health. And now, with Shade rolling for initiative at the top of a fresh round of combat, running up to this, what's it called, door, and depending on how high you roll will be how far away you are from this to begin.
I should probably not use a fucking D10 for that. There we go.
Yeah, initiative. You want? But you want to roll low.
Why?
Because this is how far you are away from the battle.
I want to roll as God intended, which is a 22.
22 is pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right, give me
I thought you wanted to be. Never mind.
I don't know.
Maybe I wasn't listening.
Oh yeah, I feel like I misunderstood.
I think it's depending on how high I roll, I am further or closer to getting to.
Got it. Got it.
You want a higher roll. So
Got it.
Good stuff happened there.
Cool.
Give me just one
I
second.
didn't stop to
I
smell
forget
the
where all
roses.
my music is because it's been so long.
It's on Sirenscape,
Do-
the digital
Oh,
tool.
right. I have a combat board now. That's
Boo-doo, boo. Boo-doo-doo-doo.
yeah.
Boo-doo, boo, boo, boo.
So,
Why did I join the beanie?
you said 22?
Yeah, 22.
Okay. So with the 22, what is your dexterity score?
Hold on, because my initiative's +6, but my dexterity score, where the fuck is that? Jeez. 19.
19. Okay. So that's higher than yours, Bubs?
My dex is
Gotta wake up that computer over there.
4.
I have so much.
So
No, like your actual.
Oh, 18.
18. Okay. So that puts you just above Bubbles. The way that this initiative is going to shake out, let me pull up our combat camera here.
What do I do?
Spice is starting us off, followed by Shade, followed by Bubbles, followed by this huge Vesk, then Emma, then Gibbs, then Echo, and then at the very end of this order, the surviving cultists.
Am I somewhere like off here?
So with the 22, you can place yourself anywhere within 15 feet of the kind of beginning edge. Yeah. And so 15 feet of movement will get
Coming
you...
in. Is there a wall here?
No. So that whole thing, like the previous warehouses that you've encountered, just retracts back into the ceiling. There are no windows around the side of this one, and no back door that you've seen.
Best Gibbs, Emma.
It goes Bubbles,
Yes.
Vesk, Emma, Gibbs, Echo, and then the cultists.
Right, thank you.
No worries. So, Spice. You just had this garbage juice wash over you, health surges into you, and you feel yourself revitalized. Looking around over the battlefield, you can see at this moment that massive Vesk and power armor beginning to crack the ice around them. Emma is kind of propelling themselves up and around towards the exit. Echo is still towards the back. The battle is kind of petering, and at this moment, you can actually see off into the side, Shade is approaching as well. So with all of that information, what would you like to do?
I still am holding off these two guys in front of me, right?
Yeah, as far as you.
Okay. Well, they need to die. So, what Spice is gonna do is she's going to draw in a huge deep breath and then kind of keep it in her throat a little bit as she feels a fire ignite in her throat, and she's going to use her augmentation and she's going to vomit fire all over these two guys.
Phenomenal. Holding on to that one for a while.
Yeah.
So for that is a reflex saving. Or sorry, reflex saving throw.
Let's see. It is a reflex save. Yep.
Okay. Wow.
No.
No, not good.
Okay.
So one of them is a natural 1 for a grand total of 9. The other one is a 12.
Oh, they both fail.
Nice.
Nice.
Not super
Okay.
dexterous, so you can see both of them as they're like lurching around. They have this barbed wire that is digging into their skin, and so every time they move, it scrapes elements of their skin away. And so they're not terribly
nice.
fast.
All right, so she's fire comes out and there's a little smoke out of her nose for 13 damage.
13 damage.
Yeah.
What kind of damage is that?
Fire. Oh, EAC.
EAC?
Oh, right? I would still. Well, no. I don't need to hit.
No. I'm just asking in terms
Yeah.
of resistances.
Yeah.
So
fire.
no worries. One of them hadn't looked terribly hurt to begin with. They're starting to look a little bit more. The one that was right in front of you, you could already see like their leg was like almost hanging off. It looked like at one point one of these vibrating blades like oscillated through the flesh and the bone. They are almost dead, and as this fire bubbles away and goes over, you can hear them just saying more, and they begin to like reach towards you, but they are just barely up.
I
the
forgot they
skin
like
dripping
this
away.
shit.
Anything else, Spice?
I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay. That is Spice's turn. That brings us to Shade. Bubbles, you're on deck.
Yeah.
Shade, you are 15 feet away from the warehouse, and at this moment, all of a sudden, you can see Emma propelling themselves out with this like spray of ice, leaving behind them this huge Vesk encased in a block, and the rest of your party fighting these cultists.
Okay, so everyone's alive.
As far as you can
standing.
see, there are definitely
Okay.
corpses around, but none that you recognize.
I think I can get to here with 25 feet.
Okay.
Drop down, free action, because I have my jump
Falling
jets.
damage.
Yeah, so
Falling,
you're
yeah.
so technically
just falling.
that's adding 5 feet because
Yeah.
you're just kind of
So
clearing
30
that and
feet,
landing.
and then 40 I think gets me to here.
It should get you to, I believe, the table.
Or okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. And then who seems to be the most in trouble from my vantage point on the
I mean,
team?
probably Echo. Just looking at the physical location, they're all the way in, and there's no back door. But when you look at like the concentration, Bubbles is like right in the
Yeah,
thick
there's
of
a
things.
lot of.
And even though many of these individuals seem a little bit shaken at the moment, they are. Bubbles is definitely in trouble at the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna use my exocortex to distracting hack this one because that's the only guy in range for
Okay.
that. And then use my action to attack the one that is like directly facing Bubs.
Okay. So for the distract and hack, that is their insight.
Yes, it's a feint action, basically.
You succeed.
Cool.
It was a natural one.
Okay.
Second one is session.
Yeah, shit.
Just to make sure. Okay, I did not get a natural one, so. Actually, I think it's just a DC anyway. But anywho, I'm going to, shoot this guy. That's cocked for sure. All right, 24.
24 hits.
Okay. And oh my gosh, it's like reading a foreign language right now.
I know, it's been a month for you. It's a long time.
Yeah, what am I doing here? Get my shit together.
Cool.
Okay, that's 9 points of E and F damage.
Okay.
So EAC, I think.
Yes, and so 9 points with which one? That's the one that is
The one with this guy here.
okay. So with 9 points of EAC damage, you can see this individual is hurt. You can see from the damage that has been done to the exterior of their body, almost certainly by bubbles. They're finally starting to show signs of slowing down, but they're still up.
And that is it for me.
All right. And then Spice, as you can see, Shade just lands, slamming into the stone, cracking elements of it. You can see the cultist in front of you suddenly just has elements of their communicator begin to spark and smoke, and they look a little bit shaken. Or not shaken, they look a little bit distracted.
Distracted.
Fainted.
They look a bit fainted. That is your turn, Shade.
Yes.
Alrighty, that brings us to Bubbles, and then the Vesk will try to break free.
As I remember, this guy was trying to break the Vesk out of the ice prison.
Correct.
I'm going to attack him.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm going to do I forget the. Just do a standard attack. That's a 9 plus.
So you can see that this cultist has this what looks almost like a puzzle sword or whatever the weapon was that they had. A second here. Sorry, it's a bone
22.
cestus this guy has. As he is trying to dig the bone into the ice and pry the ice off, you can hear he's saying, "Tumnelectar, we need you!" And he's just chipping away. And he turns. What was your hit?
22, I said.
22 hits. Surprisingly close. They almost duck underneath.
I think I could have actually distracted those people.
11 plus 13 is 14 plus 17 is
31.
31, yeah.
31. He is digging the ice away. He chips it, and as he goes, he brings his hand down, and you're using the Dothko?
Yes.
You bring the pointed elements of the Dothko right into his hand, and it digs way deeper than his blade ever did. But as you pull it away, the whole hand is like a ruin. Blood spurts out of it, and he just bleeds out into the ice. He is dead.
Nice. Oh, hell yeah.
That's a lot of damage. Anything else, Bubbles?
That's it.
All right. Bubbles.
Oh, I'm gonna scream out. Wait, Emma!
Okay. For free, just make a persuasion check.
That's a 14 plus 6 diplomacy, so that's 20.
Okay.
20.
We'll see what happens with that. That brings us to the Vesk. So the Vesk's still in this ice. Bubbles, from where you are, when you cut this cultist down, you can see the eyes grow into pinpoints on the inside, but they are still frozen. Ooh, it's gonna be close.
It's frozen solid.
They are still unable to break free.
Hell yeah.
Rolling a 4, but you can see the ice splintering out. And Bubbles, I would say at this point, you can tell the next, the next round, they're going to be breaking free of this.
Okay.
Whether or not they do it at the beginning of the round or not, that's kind of up for debate. But that is the Vesk's turn.
May I ask how many rounds we are in?
I believe we are 6 rounds in.
Damn, okay.
Excuse me. That is the Vesk. That brings us to Emma. So you say, "Emma, wait!" And Emma, who is just exploding out of this, stops, and just on a dime you can see the ice crystals flare out, and almost like a when you're at an ice hockey game and they stop on ice and it's sprayed out, very similar kind of effect. But they look, and you can see for a brief moment, Bubbles, you can see a very similar look to the one that you saw the last time that you parted ways. And you had said that she didn't have to be what Dr. Maldress wanted her to be. She could do something more. And the look is one that you just can't quite decipher, but she doesn't leave. She kind of pulls around to the corner so that she has a clear line of sight, and she is going to throw a dagger of ice at the one right in front of you, Bubbles.
Nice.
That is only going to be a 17, however, and so they are going to miss.
Nah.
As a swift action, you watch as they throw it with their hand. This element of ice kind of conglomerates into a dagger in front of them and fires forward. It goes right by this cultist, and you can see bubbles. They almost try to lean into it to let it hit them, but it misses them clear. And then as it passes them, you can see Emma closes her hand, and this dagger of ice just shatters. And from behind, it still deals 4 points of damage to that cultist. That is going to be Emma's turn, and that brings us to Gibbs. Echo, you're on deck.
Don't have a lot of spell slots. I got, just so you know, I've got 1 second level and 2 first levels.
Okay, good to know.
But no one else can physically attack this guy as long as he's in ice without like helping him crack the ice. So I'm gonna mind thrust the Servant of Midnight.
Okay.
He has a -4 penalty because I also cursed him
yes,
earlier.
Yes, he does.
So I'm hoping he can't. It's only a second level spell, so my DC is 18 now.
Build trust and mind thrust. Oh,
What was the DC?
18.
13.
Nice. So he'll take full damage, which is 4d10, which I have to do manually.
Very good.
4d10? That's 50.
Okay. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 8 is
22.
22? Plus 4 is 26 psychic damage.
26
Summon ice
psychic
and roll
damage.
dice.
And it seems like it deals the full amount of damage. As they are like frozen in ice, suddenly you see one of these eyes with the angry pinpoint pupils just redden as the blood vessels burst behind it. Otherwise, they don't look terribly hurt.
And then
But-
I think because I used a spell, I'm vulnerable to attacks of opportunity.
Is there somebody within 5 feet of you?
There's one guy.
There's 2.
Is that guy? Okay, there's 2.
Oh, he's not 5 feet.
Okay.
That's 10 feet. Yeah.
And I have I took a feat, so he can take it if he wants.
He is definitely going to take it.
Cool. I have a feat to help me not. What does it help me do?
Toughness.
And so they can see as you squint
flat-footed.
and the magic begins to almost like curl your whiskers forwards. One of these guys is going to yell out, "Master, no!" and reach forwards and swing out. And
I have combat casting,
okay.
so I get +2 to my AC and saving throws against attacks of opportunity. I provoke when I cast a spell triggered by my spellcaster.
32 against your KAC.
Oh, shit.
But +2 doesn't help me at all.
You're soft. And so as you go for their quote-unquote master, you are going to take 18 points of piercing damage as they
Yikes.
carve the bone in and then just snap it off, embedding the bone into your shoulder blade. And as you go up to try to like block this, your bone like grinds and can't quite make a full range of motion. But that is your action.
And so then I'm going to can't take an attack of opportunity twice. So I'm gonna fuck my way out of here. Can I scamper through his legs?
Yeah,
Shake him?
absolutely. You go away from him. He stabs into you, snaps the knife off, and as he does and he brings his arm back, you just go right between his legs. And you can see it's one of those things where he swipes and his arm's crossed, but you're not there.
Oh, and what do you do 30 feet of music? Okay, and I'm just gonna hide behind this little church pew.
Okay.
And all you see is the pierced gray ears of Gibbs.
So you slide behind the pew that was torn free of the nails that held it into the stone from this vest because they stormed by. No problem. You are as hidden as you could possibly be in that
From that one
central
guy,
circumstance. That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to Echo and then the cultist, and then we're back at the top. Echo, what would you like to do?
I'm a slash. I'm gonna do a full attack. Because that's wise. That's two sixes and a dirty 20.
Okay. A dirty 20 against
KAC.
Pizza Pizza.
Yay!
Pizza.
This is why I don't
need,
do
like, an
full attacks
SP
very
for
often.
Pizza.
That's 10 points of slashing damage.
Points of slashing damage. All right.
Where are the easy buttons and staples?
Anything else, Echo?
No, that was the full attack.
You cut into them, and this is the one that you can see a little bit more skilled than some of the other ones. And it looks like maybe their combat has suffered from this. It is really, they're not hurt compared to many of the other ones, and they don't have the same kind of restrictions around their arms, like this kind of concertina wire. That little kind of Looks like it deals more damage to them than it has than any of the other people at this point have kind of taken, including the guy whose leg is like hanging off. He reacts very strong. Pulling back almost instantly, you can just go ow, 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 and just starts like pushing away. Very, very different reaction than the others. But that is your turn, Echo.
Yes.
Okay, that brings us to the cultists. So
I'm confused.
over in the very back, the
Laser.
Shaken is -2 to attack rolls.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
So as this person hears them yell out, they're going to cross over here.
Nope. Nope.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, fuck,
So
dude.
they don't seem to be paying attention to you. They like duck under here, trying to take cover from
Nice.
Shade.
Love
At
that.
the moment, that's where their focus is.
We both look at each other and it's double take.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hiding. No, I'm hiding here.
This is my hiding spot. Get out. Find your own hiding spot.
So Echo, you find yourself surrounded by 3 of these individuals, 2 of whom are shaken, and at this moment, as they are like swinging, their eyes a little bit unfocused. But
Are not all 3 of them shaken?
The
What?
magical effect is, isn't it? That's the guy.
No, that guy's flat-footed.
No, sorry. It's the school spirit,
is that other? Yeah. So that other guy is is
which is
something
also
on his checks.
shaken. Yeah, I just kept stacking shaken stuff.
Okay.
I think we're just out of shaken rings.
I got you. Okay, so all 3 are shaken.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll them one at a time then. For the first one, that is gonna be a natural 20
Damn!
and a. Oh, there's lots of things to add and subtract now.
No.
22. Mr. KAC.
Doesn't hit.
There you
Nice.
go. So the natural 20 does. Unfortunately.
Sure.
Sorry. So does just to check, does a 36 hit?
I don't know, Joe. Does it?
So you are going to be taking a total of 29 points of piercing damage,
Oh.
plus
No, I don't like plus.
12 points of bleed damage.
No, I'm
As
bleeding?
They snap the cestus out into your body, and as you are rapidly moving, the operative that you are, the momentum of your arm swinging tears the circuitry in it and seems to continue to saw away as you move. Yes, you are bleeding. Critical hit.
Damn.
That is the first one.
Oh. I'm not going to be bleeding for long, don't worry.
To be fair, that was pretty good hits. The second one is going to be a 17 to hit
No.
and a 23 to hit.
KAC?
Yeah.
Beats it.
Right. You are taking from that one as they swing and thrust this piece of bone into your body. 17 points of piercing damage.
Goodbye.
No!
And Echo, as this person slides in and runs over to try to block you off from this injured doctor-looking person, you are cut down from the side. That is the 3 that are all around you, which brings us over to the little miniature scene by, thank you, by Spice. Spice, there is one who is right in front of you,
Yeah.
and they're going to swing twice at you.
Flat-footed.
He's
but it doesn't
flat-footed. It doesn't do anything. Yeah.
count for that.
Sounds.
Almost the reverse. That is going to be 20 against your KAC to hit,
Nope.
and 14 against your KAC to hit.
Nope.
So,
Sorry,
Spice, suddenly
sucker.
the tank of the group.
Yes.
In the middle of this place, you change. You're not wearing like the gold, like dancing attire anymore, right?
She put on the cultist pajamas.
Excellent. So wearing cultist pajamas, just like swishing around. Part of it is maybe with your face slightly obscure. They can't quite tell if you were on their side or not. But no worries. They miss badly. That is that one. The one that goes and dives next to you, Gibbs.
Yeah.
They don't even seem to notice you.
Love it.
They drop the blade, which kind of clatters like bone on the ground next to them, and they are going to pull out their compliance ray and fire once at you, Shade. Shade, does a 22 hit?
Nope.
All right. They fire, and there is this beam of energy that ripples out, and you're able to very easily just duck around. It's far from you, right on the edge of its range. But that is, I believe, all of the bubbles is cultists. Bubbles.
Yeah.
You have 3 cultists around you.
Yeah.
So the first one is going to take 2 attacks.
Yep.
That is going to be a 26 to hit
Misses.
and a 25 to hit.
Misses.
The next one is going to be, I believe, even worse. Oh no, the best one is going to be a 26 again. That misses.
Yep.
I believe these are both going to hit. That is going to be a 35
Oh, that
and
hits.
a 31
KAC.
KAC.
Yeah, that hits. Oh yeah, no, that hits. I have a 30 KAC. Yeah.
Bubbles. You are taking 20 points of piercing damage from the first,
Okay, so that's minus 10. So that's 10.
and you are taking 11 points of piercing damage from the second.
So just 1 damage.
Damn.
Wow, that is
Yeah, piercing damage
fucking
is dead.
good.
So they just strike you again and again, digging these bones in, and as they snap them out, it can't quite pierce your armor, and you're getting just like the very tips of them digging into your body, but it is penetrating, and that's something that is relatively new. Repeatedly.
Bubby's like trying to like dodge these, but he's also like eye locked with Emma at the moment.
No worries, and her eyes are locked with yours. But that is the cultist turn, and that brings us to the top of the round. Spice, Shade, you're on deck.
Okay.
Spice, you are having these swords swung all around you, these bits of bone just swinging right by your face. And at the moment, you are relatively unfazed by those.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how I can help Echo while they're down. Okay, I'm going to try to kill this guy. And I'm going to. Let's see. I guess I too am going to draw a sword as my move action and swing up at this guy.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Okay. Melee. 18 to
18
hit.
again.
That's going to be KAC.
That is a miss, unfortunately. You swing, and it does cut them just a little bit, but you can see they just kind of like giggle a little bit, and they turn and look back at you.
Oh fuck! I already used my move. Fuck.
Did you attack this guy?
Yeah, that's who I'm attacking.
Did you get the -2 AC?
No.
Wait, why does he mind you?
It was
Flat-footed.
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 -2 meets it beats.
Pizza
There you go.
pizza! Thank
Flat-footed.
you.
So as you swing forward, he's about to be able to dodge out of the way, but without with his feet flat on the ground, he
Send him a
can't generate
text,
the moment.
so he looks down, and it just says, "Lol, get wrecked."
9 points of damage.
9 points of
Just
damage.
as text message from mom.
Yeah.
And this individual already in really bad shape. As you like swing out and
Melty
cut,
skin.
you are able to go straight through the belly and up, and you just get a little bit of the artery in addition, and they are just bleeding out badly on the ground. They are dead.
Nice.
Extra flat-footed.
Extra flat-footed.
Anything else, Spice?
That's everything I can. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? What took you so long? I'm gonna yell at Shade.
No problem. And appropriately enough, Shade, what would you like to do? Bubbles, you're on deck.
Yep.
Move to here,
Okay.
40 feet, I believe, and then quick action. I'm gonna draw my Vesk, whatever the curved blade.
Yep.
And I'm gonna distracting hack this guy with my exocortex.
Okay. Sounds motive, right?
Yes.
Missed my dice. 9.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. So he is flat-footed, and then I'm gonna attack him with my carbon steel blade. That's a natural 20.
Hey! We love to see it.
So that dude is gonna be bleeding for a little. This one. No.
You can see he's like his skin like pretty badly reddened already.
19 points of slashing damage, and then 3 bleed. So 22 total.
So as you rocket towards this person, and you can hear Spice in your ear, almost a Doppler effect. What took you so long? And you're already like by her. You bring the blade out and you bring it across and you slash into them. They're able to catch it with their bone, but it just cuts clean through the bone and digs into their shoulder. And they are still up, but as you pull the blade away, their arm almost like falls off. They're in bad shape. Anything else, Shade?
That's it for me.
Alrighty, that is Shade. Bubbles, what would you like to do? And then the Vesk is going to try to break free.
Bubs is going to just yell to Emma. I don't understand, Emma. Why are you here?
Okay.
And he is going to. This guy you said it was, I believe, last it was the weakest.
Yeah, they're looking pretty rough.
Yeah. I'm going to attack him first with a standard attack. The 12 plus 13, so that's a 25.
25 hits.
Nice. That's 7 plus 12, 18, 19 plus 17 is 36.
36. They were already in really bad
Nice.
shape, but you just annihilate them. As you pull around from the other person that you hit, you swing it all the way over, and almost like a hammer, two-handed on top, you just like Donkey Kong them down into the ground. Pulling it back, anything else?
I'm just going to reposition myself to here, which doesn't provoke an opportunity attack.
It does not. You shove your way through, almost botting him to the ground, and you wind up back-to-back with Spice. Anything else, Bubbles?
That's it.
Alrighty. That is your turn, Bubbles. That brings us to this Vesk. So one final time at the start of their turn, they are going to be able to break free.
With their -4?
Even with their -4. Ah.
Wait, -4 plus, didn't they fail my... Oh, no, they're restrained.
Even with the -4.
Damn.
So thank you for keeping me honest, though.
Sure.
The ice suddenly just splinters a little bit more and a little bit more. The second eye, the blood vessel bursts, and they just ripple through the ice, which shatters out in all directions. Bubbles and Spice, you're hit with it, and even Emma takes little elements of it, but he bursts out. And turning, he is going to face Emma. And let's see, it's 5, 10.
NPC fight!
Ooh, is he gonna throw this barrel at her, Donkey Kong
No, I
style?
love that idea though. He's very, very quickly going to cross the entire distance over to where Emma is. And then leaping up, he is going to pull this fist back, which already is like burning and steaming with energy as the power begins to build in it. And he is going to take a single swing at Emma as he like reaches her height in the air. He can jump a for what it's worth. She's like 10 feet up in the air. He is higher than she is at the end of this jump.
Oh, this is such an anime move, and he's gonna come down on her.
-4 to his attack rolls.
Okay,
Down
so
with the hammer.
instead of a 32, that does bring it to a 28, which is still a hit. And so, Bubbles, you say, "Why are you here?" And all of a sudden, the ice shatters, and he rushes up, and he brings this fist down, and he is going to deal. Where are my D12s? Okay.
We only need like one, right?
He is going to deal 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Boofed on. Does Emma get
Plus,
knocked to the ground?
He is going to use a charge
No.
Rather her than us, though.
and deal an additional 15 points of electric
I don't want
damage.
important NPCs.
And so as the hammer fist slams into her Bubbles, you can see the entirety of the body kind of like ripples and goes a little bit rigid as the electricity surges in, and then they just slam into the pavement. The dust goes up, and you cannot see
broke her!
anymore. Did you break her
arm! Her arm fell off!
Hero
I
Forge.
fucked her up. Oh no.
Messed up Emma. And then
She thinks
Emma
his hands have fallen
rises from the dust, one arm missing. But that is
I don't want to make this problem worse than it
action
is.
move. As a swift action,
This is now.
the hand, he shakes his hand out, and there is a discharge as the fuel cell just kicks out and onto the ground, and a fresh one slots into place. That is his turn. That is going to bring us to Emma. As the dust clears, Emma climbs to her feet. Now faced with an individual that is standing about 2 feet taller than she is going to put one hand directly on his chest and attempt to push him 15
kiss.
feet away. Yeah, he just kisses him.
It
and the
runs
Vesk
in the
is like, "What am I
family."
feeling? This is better than pain."
can't fight this feeling anymore.
So in rapid succession, and this is very reminiscent of when you play these fighting games underneath the ground, you see 2 strikes. The first one kind of sets him back a little bit on his heels, and the second one rocks him an entire 15 feet forwards as the ice leaves her palm, and almost like a pillar or a flat icicle just shoves him across the ground before it falls and shatters across the ground. He is now 15 feet back. Yep. And then she is going to. Oh, she already used her move. Did she use? Yeah, to stand
Just
up.
stand up.
That is going to be her turn. That brings us to Gibbs.
We're so far
Echo,
away.
you're on deck.
Lifelink with Echo, healing her. What level are we? 8 hit points. Oh, Gibbs takes a knee as she does that, kind of woozy with the blood loss. But then quickly replenishes it by spending a resolve point as she steadies herself, and then healing channels, champagne, everyone. But I'll take another fucking. Oh wait, no, it's a spell-like ability. It's not a spell.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cool. So then everyone within 30 feet is gonna get 68. 1, 2, 3,
68.
4, 5,
68
6.
health points.
I mean, it still averages out.
It's
to
15.
Oh.
I rolled nothing higher than a 4.
So Gibbs, from where you are on the ground, you concentrate and grit your teeth, one of them cracking in your mouth, and you focus and you unleash this torrent of trash juice right as Shade steps right in front of you, completely unhurt, taking the vast bulk of the garbage juice all over him. No healing for Shade, but a little healing for everybody else.
I don't get healing?
You're unhurt, correct?
No, I have a little bit of HP damage.
It just gets on Shade's cape.
Well, it's
So
not.
no.
It's for flavor.
HP.
It's always HP for me.
Anything
we
else,
all get
Gibbs?
No, that's full action. I don't take an attack of opportunity. I'm good to stand here. Oh, I'll just swivel a little to just kind of shakily stand between this one guy and Echo,
Okay.
and kind of poke out and like. I'm not quite so bold to try and like solicit this, but definitely like at least be a little bit distracting so they don't go back for Echo, who's
Sure.
now technically up.
So you, at this point, kind of going between the one that is fighting with Shade and Echo. They're very focused on Shade at this point.
Yeah.
But you go and they will never focus on Echo again as you can help it.
Yeah.
That is your turn, Gibbs?
Yeah, Gibbs is just bleeding from all of her facial sockets.
Echo, for a brief moment, you can only see yourself standing on an endless, infinite blackness as your power begins to die. And then, at the very last second, this little tiny kick of healing from Gibbs. And quite tiny. The last one was good. This one's just a little bit.
Dun, dun, dun.
8 plus
Yeah.
15.
Style sequence doesn't completely initiate.
Exactly. Yeah. Done. Yeah.
It's like the garbage juice at the bottom of the bag.
But you are up, and what would you like to do?
Okay, question.
Answer.
Since I went unconscious, do I have to use movement to get back up?
Correct.
I am back up.
There you go.
And oh god. So the one that seemed like much more impressive and difficult was guy in the full black with the gun right here, yes?
No individual with the pink ring around them.
Individual with the pink ring, but also when hit was all like, ew.
They're like holding their arms still. And they were like about to approach you, it looked like, and they're now very quickly reassessing the situation.
If they seem like they're gonna back off a little bit, Echo's just gonna go for the guy who moved in
Okay.
and hit them.
So you turn to the side, and as you hit this individual, or at least attempt to, you can see Gibbs is right behind you. Shade has arrived in this time since you've been unconscious. Yeah.
Alright, so that's a... I don't even know why I bother with full attacks.
I should give you my haste circuit.
Nothing above a 19
A 19 against.
KAC.
None of them are going to hit, unfortunately. As you turn to swing at this individual, you see that Shade has arrived, and as there's that brief kind of Android, oh, hey, that wireless ping, that is just enough to throw you off, and you miss just wide. Just wide.
Bluetooth
Hate that
disconnected.
-4.
Anything else? Echo.
Full attack.
Alrighty, Echo, you stand up, you full attack. That brings us to the cultists. So,
Not again.
everybody's gonna stay where they are. Yeah.
Bye, Echo.
I'm there now.
All right.
Yeah, but you're also dying.
You have these two individuals who still very much kind of locked in. The one who is closest to you, they're going to stay where they are for the moment. So
Punch you
the
in the
first
face.
two, oops, ooh, that's lucky. Does a 20 against your KAC hit?
No.
Does a 17 does not hit either.
No.
So the first person, as they try to counterattack you, you swing and you are unable to strike them. They swing and you are able to block them with your knife. It is just back and forth, unable to land a strike. But unfortunately for you, there's two more of them.
Echo's just moving very jerkily, and it's like,
The one behind you swings and does a 31 hit.
Yes.
And a 16 misses. So one of them manages to find home, and from behind you, you feel a bone snap off as you take 21 points of piercing damage.
Oh, man.
Really?
Still up.
8 plus 15. 8 plus 15 is what she's at.
Snaps the blade off, and it falls out, and so it doesn't dig into you, doesn't bleed. But that is the two of them. You're looking really hurt, correct?
Yes.
At this, you saw this individual backing up, but recognizing that you're about to fall almost. They reach down next to them on the table and pull out one of the scalpels that they were using, and they are going to lunge forwards, just saying, "One more for the assemblage," and they're going to swing, trying to cut you, and that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Echo glares really hard, and just like with the force of the glare, it's like, no.
And they swing, and they hit you, but it is, again, a scalpel, and you are an Echo unit, and so this is kind of ding right into you.
Emphasis on unit.
But that is the cultist around Echo. The one that is next to Gibbs and Shade, still holding the compliance right and unwilling to drop it to provoke attacks and pull something else up. Yeah. Is going to take a shot at you. Oh, right, you weren't here during the beginning of this fight. He pulls up a little pistol, and you can see it focuses energy in the front, almost like a microwave. And as he points it at you, suddenly,
You have cancer.
it's a long game. This is 21 against your EAC hit.
It misses.
Okay,
And then I use my reaction to slice him with my.
make your attack
Oh, do I get an attack of opportunity?
if you want to.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's. Ooh.
Natural 20, but it's a bite! Hot jump!
That's still okay, because mine's not that good.
Wait, can you cast a spell?
No, I don't have that
yeah.
feat. So it's 1d3 minus 2.
But you double the dice.
19
19 against
against KAC.
That is a miss, unfortunately. You go to swing, and right as you do, suddenly Gibbs leaps into the air and chops them in the face.
Don't want to slice Gibbs in half.
Okay, so it's 1d3. So that's a d6 divided by 2. So I roll a 3.
Okay, so 1.
1, so it's 2 damage with a nat 20. Is the
Yeah.
Wow, that's so depressing.
Do you add anything for the modifier? You had a dex
Oh wait,
modifier.
are we still
an
doubling
unarmed
dice
strike.
for crits in Starfinder?
I think
But I'm
so.
poisonous. I'm definitely rapid.
Yes.
He now has
Then I
rabies.
should have done like 38 damage on the last.
Bite into him, and as you do, you pull away. It barely penetrates even the little bits of cloth that they're wearing, but it's still damage. And as you pull away, I mean, they're already looking kind of hurt, and so every bit counts.
I've never once hit it in my life. I get a nat 20. It's 2 damage.
Yeah.
That is their attack, and then that brings
need
us
a
over
knife.
to the Bubbles area. Bubbles, there are currently 2 left that are going to turn. Each of them are going to take 2 attacks against you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bubbles, the first is going to be a 23 to hit.
That misses.
The other one is lower, so he swings. As you put your back up against Spice, you pull the Dothko up and you block both strikes from the first cultists. The second one, real low. The second one goes, and as they take their first step, they step on shards of ice that have shattered from the vest and just slip, almost losing their footing. They're unable to hit a single blow.
Nice.
You guys are absolutely okay over there, and that is all of the cultists. That brings us to the top of the round to Spice. Shade, you're on deck.
Okay. She's going to look at Echo and Gibbs, who are dying over there. And I'm pretty sure I already inspiring boosted Echo
Yep.
last time.
Echo
So-
and Gibbs, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think I've been done.
Oh, you
before.
both have?
Yeah, I'm squishy as fuck.
Did I also do bubbles too then?
I don't remember.
I believe so.
Whoop, change plans.
Do it to yourself.
I don't need it. I'm fucking fine. Okay, alright, change of plans. I guess I'm going to these two cultists that are coming. She's going to whip her body, spin around, bubbles, and she's got a sword in her hand, so she's gonna stab.
Fantastic. Go ahead, make your attack roll.
Oh, nice. Here we go. 21.
21 against KAC.
Yep.
Just barely hits.
Meet to beat. Okay.
A little more than meets it, but that's still pretty good. Oh.
4 damage.
4 damage.
Yep. Roll
All
low.
right. So, hang on, which one is this? This is the one who is right over there. They are looking really rough.
his turn to say.
As you hit them with the sword, you almost like, as Bubbles goes back to back with you, you dig your feet in and push really hard, and Bubbles, if Spice wants to go, you're just going to bend over. So you kind of bend down, and Spice, you roll over his back and use that momentum to bring the sword over and just dig it straight across the body. It cuts across, the garments fall away, and you can see like just hundreds of scars that have just been left over the years, but they are still up, just barely up. Anything else, Spice?
That's everything.
Okay. That brings us to Shade. Shade, from where you are, this one individual, very badly injured right in front of you.
Cool. I'm gonna go distracting hack on the one over here that is most like on top of Echo.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna full action attack this guy.
Yeah.
So first attack. That's a 1. Shit,
That is a serious miss.
it's like a total of 8.
Yeah, that's
The -4, yeah.
you missed the ground too.
Cool. Okay, second attack. Good thing it's a full action attack here. That's also gonna miss.
What was that?
Like a 17.
So you rocket across, and as you can see Echo being overwhelmed, you decide that you're just going to clear through this guy, and you swing once, and you miss so widely that you actually end up like throwing yourself off kilter. Gibbs has really thrown them for a loop by biting them in the face, and that has really taken most precedent. Anything else, Shade?
That's it for me. This guy's gotta get his flat footing check.
Alrighty.
Faint.
Yeah.
It's easy, yeah.
That's actually pretty good. 19.
I believe that's still a failure.
Very
That'd be
nice.
high.
Use a -2
Ah,
depending on what check
17.
it
Oh,
is.
then that's definitely a failure.
Yeah. So that is Shade's turn. That brings us to Bubbles. He's
Saving throw,
flat-footed.
right?
Flat-footed.
Shaken and flat-footed now.
Bubbles is going to look at the guy going to attack Emma, and he's going to yell, "Leave her alone!" And he's going to throw his Dothko at him.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. I like it when you do that. That's fun.
The standard attack. Ooh, it's a 15 plus 13 is 28.
Pizza, pizza.
28. Holy shit.
It's a 4 plus 8 is 12 plus 17 is 29.
29.
Yeah.
Very nice. So you bring the Dothko back, and as Spice clears your back, you stand up straight and then just swing this over, and it goes like over the little bits of debris and kind of over this ramp, and then just slams like points down into his body. And as he was like surging forwards to fight with Emma, and Emma was going to meet him, suddenly he's like swept from the sides, and you could hear this roar as you hit him. That's a good strike.
Nice.
Anything else, Bubbles?
Nice, that's my turn.
Alrighty. Bubbles, that is your turn. That brings us to this Vesk. So this Vesk,
Gives up.
This
and
is
goes
Emma, by the way.
yes, no, I know. Yes, I know. The Ice Queen. With that blow, is going to turn and look at you, Bubbles. Perfect. And he is going to accelerate rapidly, and you can see the power armor is going to. This is actually going to get wrecked out of the way too.
Let's do it.
This stuff to the side. Blood spills all across the floor.
Is that
Bubbles? You watch as the plates on the armor, as he lowers his shoulder, just go up, and it becomes almost this egg-shaped metallic dome with elements of like little barbs of like nails and things that have been soldered onto it. And he just charges into you. Can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Ooh, it's 14 again. Plus 6, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That is not quite enough.
Damn.
With a 27. They slam into you, and they are going to drive you for the rest of their movement.
Oh,
only
jeez.
15 feet.
Do I hit this guy too?
No, but that does provoke attacks of opportunity from both of them.
Oh,
They're gonna
really?
Force
slam you
movement?
and oh, no, right. It's force movement.
Yeah.
Sorry, Starfinder. But could you put Bubbles laying down in the bench? As that's where, Bubbles, you end up prone in the bench. And you are
Nice.
also taking...
No!
embedded within the bench or like?
Can I
No,
get
like
away?
on the bench. Like he slams in, the bench like tears from the bolts. Bubbles, you are taking a grand total of 15 points of bludgeoning damage as you do so.
Yeah.
But they stop, and then this smoke just, and the plates just recede, showing the Vesk again. That is their turn, and that brings us to Emma.
I can't attack him?
He doesn't leave your
No, because they didn't leave your melee
Oh,
range.
fuck.
He's big.
I see, okay.
Big old boy.
So Emma is going to.
That says her arm stays with her.
Yeah. Well, doesn't really care about that, I guess.
But does that mean she does care about Bob's?
Yeah, wait a second.
Oh, it's all relative.
You can see Bubbles.
It's a compliment, a
As you
good thing
get
and a bad thing. at
slammed
once.
into by this individual, you can see Emma like turning into the open doorway, and as you are getting propelled backwards, you watch as behind her, it's almost like this huge snowflake forms, just individual bits of ice kind of congealing and conglomerating into this massive form behind her, and then she is going to streak out and reach forwards, and it becomes a single long icicle that goes straight across the space. It is going to hit both, or hopefully will hit both this individual and Echo, I believe.
Straight. Well, if it's at a slight
She's supposed to
angle
be
over
straight for both of them, just
there, so, like,
because.
right here.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it'll
That's what you mean.
Well, because it's just it's the cleanest shot that she could take. Can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Sure.
He is going to fail.
We'll see if she was right here. She could get all 4 of those people.
Should get me though.
Okay, that's a
Oh,
12,
you're small.
Yeah, you're small.
but
Yeah.
I have evasion,
That's good because you're gonna
which
need it.
doesn't actually do anything when I fail.
28 points of cold damage.
Adios. Again.
And so Bubbles,
three.
all of a sudden as you hit this, the Vesk storms over you as the power armor down, and you can see the Vesk face snarl. He looks at you and he just says, "There's no stopping." And then all of a sudden, right through him, the icicle pierces through, and you watch as it goes through him and then through Echo behind.
And I just see it right above my head.
Yeah, and then this just back. You hear Echo hit the ground. He grunts as it leaves a gaping hole in their chest, but they are still very much
Damn.
up.
No.
That is her turn,
Like a little baby Coke.
and that is going to bring us to Gibbs. Gibbs, from where you are, you see all this happen right next to you.
Bubs is like face level with me on the ground, and as I like drop my feet down after biting this guy's face, I like see the flash again of Echo go down. It's like fuck. So I lifelink Echo,
Okay.
restoring 25 hit points to her.
Echo, before you even hit the ground, this gaping hole in the mechanisms of their body, they're just like,
No,
just,
8. It's always 8.
Oh.
It's always my
just
level.
blinking back up.
Is Bubbles hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I
Chilling in the bench.
spend a resolve point. It's gonna really hurt me to do it, but I gotta do it. Spend a resolve point. Do the same thing I've been doing this whole entire time. I'm gonna try and roll better than I did last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 25.
There you go. Hey,
Oh, 32.
32.
Everyone
Very
gets
nice.
32 hit
Nice.
points back.
So Gibbs, you grit your teeth even
you, Trash
harder.
Queen.
And as you do, you could taste blood as your gums begin to bleed as you force this bite further.
You too, if you need it.
The health surges across, and all of you feel garbage just stick across your skin. This juice, the very bottom of a dumpster on a hot day, but it heals you. Anything else, Gibbs?
I'm out of resolve points.
Alrighty.
Fuck. Yeah, I can't do anything. But I will actually share space with Bubbles on the bench.
Okay.
And Snarl right here.
So you just crawl onto the
Great.
bench. Bubbles, you have a Gibbs right on top of you.
Magically there, but I can't balance
Just
her.
dripping garbage juice that heals you on top. That is Gibbs' turn. That brings us to Echo, followed by the cultists. Echo, you are down.
Now all my movement to get up.
Ugh, you surge back up, barely clinging on a hole in your body. What would you like to do?
Stop rolling like shit. That's what I would like to do. Echo kind of like staggers down a little bit as a bluff check.
The dying was the bluff all along.
I was the bluff all along.
God.
For a dirty 30 bluff check.
And that is 15 plus,
20 plus
20 plus.
CR.
What was your check? Sorry.
Dirty 30.
That beats it. Or sorry, that beats it.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And stab. You know, you miss half the shots you never take.
What was the full?
14.
Yeah, that's a miss, unfortunately. So as
Well,
you
stop rolling me
sink
shit.
down to your knee, the individual who is approaching you turns to focus their attention on Gibbs, and they move towards Gibbs so quickly that your bluff attack is a little too late.
It's not a bluff.
Anything else?
What?
Anything? Yeah, I guess not. Anything else? Alrighty. That is your turn, Echo. That brings us to the cultists.
No!
So the cultists are back up. Two of them. Let's see here. Okay.
Your
This
8
looks
points.
better with just
We're
better
dead!
resolve points.
Yeah. So
And is gonna be snarling at the guy right there.
But it's a weak and resolveless.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, though.
There's no resolve
It's not
behind
committed, really.
Snarl.
It's like, I just want to go there.
My heart's not in it, man.
this one is gonna tuck in right up next to Gibbs, right behind Gibbs. Yeah.
Oh god.
If she shoots in a line again, at least she'll hit two cultists.
So they all kind of close in and Echo. We'll start with you. You are taking only one attack, as both of the individuals turned away from you as Gibbs is healing people, and they seem to have figured that out.
Oh, fuck.
The one who is holding the scalpel, however, is going to swing forwards and does a 18 hit your KAC.
No.
And so with the little scalpel, again, just digs it in and just a little bit into the metal, but they pull away and the scalpel doesn't come, and they grab another one off the bench. And they just say, persistent, but I'll get you. And he just goes again. The two who turned away from you are now facing Gibbs. And Gibbs, you are going to be taking attacks from both of them. From the first one, does a 20 hit?
-2?
Does a 18 hit?
KAC or EAC?
This is
Oh, wait,
K-
beats it.
KAC.
So never mind, doesn't matter. 18
And
is my
then
max.
the second one is going to be only a 22 to hit against
Yeah,
your
that hits.
KAC. And then the final one is going to be much higher.
Yeah.
So you are taking 3 strikes from these individuals.
No.
The first one
fucking
is
no.
only, wow, for some reason they roll real low for Gibbs.
Yay.
12 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is going to be 18 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final one is only going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
Gibbs has 1 HP left.
Damn. So,
Because she healed herself to full. I went
horrifying.
from full to 1 in 1 turn.
so Gibbs, you bite down, tasting blood, and the health surges into you and your allies. And as you turn, you recognize that people know that you are the one keeping people up now. And with that change, they swarm around you and begin to stab you again
This
and again.
is so dire.
And Gibbs, you just cling on to consciousness. That is the cultists that are around Gibbs, that is the cultists that are around Echo. So the one who is right in front of you, Shade, with nothing else really to be able to do, is going to take a shot with the compliance ray at point blank range, which does provoke an attack of opportunity if they wish, from I believe, oh no, not Gibbs anymore, but from Shade.
Yeah.
And then Shade does a 25 hit against your EAC.
Meets a beats.
There we go. Okay.
And does a 21 hit.
It does.
KAC.
It absolutely does. You are going to be taking 10 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And how much damage are you giving to this individual? They are looking pretty rough.
How about that's max damage on the die, so 21 points of slashing damage.
So as they like kind of stumble back, they bring the compliance ray up and they fire it straight into your chest, and it just discharges, sparks across your android body. You pull the blade around, you cut the compliance ray in half, you cut their hand in half, and then it digs into their neck, and not quite enough to sever the spinal cord, but certainly enough to kill them. As you pull that away, the head snaps off, and they are certainly
So if
dead.
you're going for disfigurement, you are like.
I mean, a big sword
Okay.
cuts through a lot of stuff. That is, yeah, they're winning.
That's the last guy's turn, which brings us
There
to
is
the
one
top of
left
the-
that is no. Right. Okay,
Yeah.
that is all of them. That brings us to the top of the round. Spice, what would you like to do? Shade, you are on deck.
Okay. So are any of this guy's the Vesk's weapons made out of metal?
I mean, their armor, which they used as a weapon, is certainly made out of metal. Their gloves, which you've seen glow and discharge fuel cells after slamming energy, made out of metal. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to, in like full panic, because as she turns around to like make an attack on this Vesk, she's like watching her fucking friends die, and so she's gonna reach through to his glove, and then she's going to swipe across her body and cast Jolting Surge on his
Okay.
glove.
Very nice.
Nice.
I'm kind of hoping this does something. Okay, hopefully an 18 hits.
And that's against
EAC,
correct?
yep.
An 18 does.
Oh, plus 2 is 20, because I'm touching metal.
Nice.
So you grab onto this arm and you jolt. As you pull your arm across your body, you ripple this static electricity that Jen just focuses and focuses across, and it just sparks and does nothing against it.
That's all I had.
Anything else?
Can I, while I'm reaching across, can I like kind of cover his eyes with my hand?
Nice.
Sure, for flavor. But as you go, you're grabbing onto his glove, trying to cover his eyes,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem to be working.
Damn it. Alright, so she just looks like a dumb idiot. Alright, sorry, you guys are dying, and I couldn't do anything good.
That is Spice's turn. That brings us to Shade. Shade, what would you like to do? Bubbles, you're on deck.
I'm gonna distracting hack the one that is going towards Gibbs.
Okay.
So
I don't know.
I'm good. So it's like 25.
25. It's against
the it's a feint action.
5, which is 15. Sorry, it's 20 plus. That is a failure.
Okay. And then it's 15 plus.
Is it 15 plus?
Yeah.
What was the roll?
It was a 25.
25. That is a success, though.
Cool. So
Literally by one.
okay, and then I'm gonna full action attack. First one is gonna be math. It's like a -4, it's 28.
28 hits.
Cool. So I'll do the
And
damage.
this is against which?
Firing with my pistol.
Gotcha.
That. So the first one is gonna be pistols. 7 points of EAC.
Okay, this is the only one left that didn't have a tremendous amount of their own blood soaking into their robes. No longer is that the case. They are now pretty hurt.
Cool. And then the second attack is going to be 21
21 against KAC.
EAC.
EAC, that hits.
Cool. That's another 8 points of energy damage.
You fire again, and as you do, it almost drives them back, but they're still up. They have blood now that is seeping out of their chest. It drips on the ground with every step, but they're still up. Anything else, Shade?
Nope, that's
Alrighty.
it for me.
Bubbles, that brings us to you. You are laying on this bench. Gibbs is standing basically on your chest. This individual looming over top. What would you like to do?
So last time he was like, "This is over." Bubbles is gonna stand up with a move action and yell, "It's over when I say it's over!" And he's going to reach back his Dotco and strike it, kind of like a sword, like impaling him,
Okay.
like trying to hit him right in the
Solar
hole that he
plexus?
has him.
Oh.
And this is a standard attack.
Nice.
It's a 16 plus 13 is 29.
You said a 16 plus 13 is 29?
Yep.
The 21 does, the 29 does hit.
Yes. Oh, that's good in that. 7 plus 1 is 8 plus 17.
25. So you slam your Dothko straight into him from this like laying position, basically, using that
Twice did I?
momentum. Yeah, but for flavor,
Okay,
using
yeah,
that
yeah.
momentum to like pull yourself to your feet. And as you do, you say, "It's over when I say it's over." And you are now standing face to face with him. You pull the Dothko away. No blood leaves the suit. They are still standing directly in front of you, unfazed. Anything else, Bubbles?
That's it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, as a response, you can see across the Vesk's face, the teeth spread wide in a grin. And he just says, "That's the spirit." And he's going to reach back, and you can see he is very focused on you now. And it is his turn if yours is over.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So now, not having to take any kind of movement,
this shit.
he's going to take a full action attack against you.
No!
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, fuck! All of you are gonna be dead. It's just be me and Shade and Emma, and we're gonna go, holy shit.
So Bubbles.
Mosaic Team 3?
Does a 27 hit?
No.
Okay. I got one natural 20, so we'll get
No! Boo!
a 26 misses,
Yeah.
and then a 29
Is it an EAC or KAC?
KAC.
That misses.
Okay. So only one hit, but it is a natural
Yeah, that's
20.
not good.
So give me just 1 second, because I think that there's a critical effect to
Probably a
this.
critical effect to that. If I were to guess, based on this guy so far, seems like his criticals are going to be pretty critical.
Give me just 1 second. Hephaestus, great tool, but a little slow this evening. Okay.
So,
So bye.
Okay, I got
Alright.
two
Do you have
pretty
any last
spell
word,
slots.
Bubbles?
Bubbles,
Yep.
you are going to be taking 41 points of bludgeoning
40 or
damage.
21?
Sorry, 41 points plus 19.
60.
A nice even 60 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, yeah. I go down.
As this slams into your chest, and you are hit into the bench, and the bench flattens into the ground, and the stone cracks underneath you, and they just pulverize you into the ground. And he stands over top, both legs straddling you, and he looks down and he says, "It's over." And he turns over, and his gaze now goes up to you, Gibbs.
Oh, God!
Goes down to you, goes up and then down to you. But that is his turn. That brings us to Emma. As Bubbles is slammed into the ground, Emma looks, and with everything kind of surging around, and Bubbles like smashed. She is going to turn and take 2 attacks against this cultist right in front of her. The first is only going to be a 21, which is still a hit, and the second is going to be a 23, which is also a hit. And so as she pulls forwards, it's like these 2 icicles are appearing and then breaking off in them. That is 11 points of damage for the first, and only 7 from the second. But that is still enough. They take these 2 icicles and just cut right across the wrist on one of these, and then just drives it straight up and into the chin on the other. This cultist impaled and falls back dead, and they turn and take their full 45 feet of movement away and out the door and around the corner if they can. No. Leaving ice just in their trail.
No!
And that is going to be Emma.
No!
That brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, looking up, you can see this huge Vesk over top.
Gibbs casts a spell she's never cast before.
Okay.
And this one looks like in her mind, it's her pulling from her own lifelink and casting with a first level spell slot Mystic Cure on Bubs, which isn't much healing. So you get 8 hit points.
Nice.
And I say, this is your home turf. You can't help. Get up. And we'll lock eyes and be like, it's not over till we say it's over. But really small, because
You're dying.
1 hit point.
Bubbles, as you are like bleeding out on the ground, that you feel sensations like you've never felt before. There are things broken in your body, almost certainly. But then you see, as your vision goes gray, like right in front of you, over top, Gibbs scamper over, and behind Gibbs is this massive Vesk. And they look huge in front of Gibbs. And Gibbs tells you this is your home turf. You have to help. And you can see this individual raising the fist up. It begins to glow, and Gibbs is next. And Gibbs can't take the same amount of damage as you. And you force yourself to stay awake. That's 8 points of health. So you are back to consciousness. Anything else, Gibbs?
No.
So you turn, you yell at the Vesk. That brings us to Echo.
Echo's just gonna kind of like take a few opportunity attacks.
Okay.
Oh my god, by the
Only
4th
one.
time.
And so this individual with the scalpel swings out, and that is only going to be a 18 to hit, KSC. It just, she digs right into your shoulder, and now, Echo, you're quickly becoming a scalpel porcupine, but none of them dealing damage.
Pulls out the plasma pistol.
It's like free acupuncture.
Gotta be there for the plasma pistol. And lines up the 2 there.
Very nice, yeah. Both of them turning, looking at Gibbs. Gibbs, you are now like very much the center of attention.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 against EAC?
E and F.
Yeah, EAC. That hits.
Yay! Every little bit helps. That's an 11.
So the one in the very back is still alive. The one in front, as they turn first, you can see these 2 cultists turn to you, Gibbs, and both are hurt, but each of them takes these like bone knives in their hand, and they're holding the bone as well, so their hands are bleeding, and they look, and one of them goes, "The rat is the one doing the healing," and the other one just says, "Get her!" And they both surge forwards, and then this wash of plasma erases the one in front, and his body, the pulp of it, is just blown onto the second one, and he is like frozen there for a second, but erases the first guy. 2 health left.
I've done a thing.
Anything else, Echo?
No.
All right. This other person turns the smoking remains of their friend on them, and they are now focused on you. That is Echo's turn. That brings us to the cultists. So the one who has missed you now multiple times is going to turn, and you watch as they bend down to one knee, and they reach beneath this stone altar on which the android seems to be on, and they fish around for something. They stand back up, and then they are going to doesn't like Echo. So actually, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 will provoke an attack from Gibbs if they want it.
Yeah, and Gibbs forgot she now has a shimmer staff that she wields. So does now wield a weapon that she can't use well, but definitely does more damage if she can hit.
Then bites.
Than my bites, yeah.
They're gonna do a full run.
I don't know how this works.
No.
17?
A 17 against.
KAC.
KAC,
That
sure.
is a
think?
miss,
Yeah.
Did you add your? Oh.
I don't get proficiency or anything because it's not a weapon I'm proficient in.
Yeah.
So that is a miss. You swing with the shimmer staff as they like step by, but not
Girl
quite
is just
used to the
swimming
weapon.
in front of me.
So Echo, you watch as they grab what looks to you like some kind of data drive and just bolt. The person who is in front of you is going to swing at you. Echo, does a 22 hit your KAC?
No.
And a 17 does not either. No. So they swing, and you're able to dodge out of the way. You parry the next blow, but you are just watching as this other person runs the entire corridor or distance of the length of the room. The people who are guarding or who are now crowding out, I guess it's just the one now. Man, the cultists are all dying. Spice, the one who is right in front of you, kind of stumbles over, and they're going to take 2 attacks against you.
Oh my god, fine.
There is a natural 20 in there, and then the second one is going to
Another
be
natural 20?
no, only a 17 against your KAC.
Nice try.
Cultists are beefing on us a bit.
Well, that's.
Well, we rolled.
there was
Joe rolled so many
two-
nat ones in the beginning.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, you
Fire
missed that. I rolled
strong.
like 11 or something crazy like that. Yeah, so they were like stabbing each other pretty proficiently.
great.
That is going to be 18 points of piercing damage. Or sorry, 18 plus 9. That is going to be 25 points of piercing damage plus. As they snap the blade off, you feel it dig so deep into your body that every time you move, it seems like you are bleeding. You take 6 points of bleed damage. Ouch. And you are going to continue to bleed until you are able to address that in some way.
Okay.
That is the cultist's turn. That brings us to the top of the round to you, Spice,
Okay.
followed by Shade.
Shooting in the dark here,
Okay.
everybody. Alright, so Spice shimmers her skin to look like. Actually, no, she doesn't even do that. Alright, here we go. So she turns around and she
Pretend to be his mom.
screams into this guy's head, and she's like, "This is a message to all true subjects of the Viscarium." She's saying this in Ves.
Okay.
And she repeats the message from the Atagatosh Oshai,
Okay.
trying to get this guy's attention.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Make a.
Can I do a bluff check by any chance?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm
very
sweating
cool.
over here.
Take a +2 conditional modifier. That's a cultural conditional modifier.
Hell yeah. I rolled a natural 1. I rolled a natural 1 in my moment.
Oh boy.
Can I still add
That's a
my
toughie.
modifications, or is it an automatic fail?
It's an automatic fail.
Gibbs is gonna die.
Wow!
Don't hit that.
So,
Our friends at home are gonna be
you,
Everybody's dying anyway.
you had something there. That was a
I
great
really
idea.
thought I did.
That
I
was a
dug
great
back to like
idea,
literally session 4 for that one. Session
Yeah,
20 for the record.
unfortunately, that doesn't seem to work. But give me 1 second because it actually goes all the way back to session 19 if you want to
Yeah.
really get technical about it.
Holy shit.
But, give me 1 second.
Proud of you.
here.
Regardless.
That was
good
my
shit.
one chance.
No,
Okay.
no.
So he turns and he just says, "The rebel has fallen, and you will too." But anything else, Spike?
He's not a fan.
I guess I'm gonna attack him with with my blade that's still in my hand and go, "Ha, gotcha!"
Make an attack roll.
I rolled a 4. Alright.
Get all these dice
Goodbye.
out of this tower.
Got you. Ting, and he just bounces right off this
Distracted
power
you.
armor. Nothing.
You
weird.
talk to me.
Get out of here.
But that is your turn, Spice.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Alrighty.
That was it. That was what I had.
Shade, directly behind you, you hear all of this go down, including the gotcha.
Well, was that in?
It was, but you heard it.
It was no. Well,
No, it was
I
in
was
It
saying
was in
it
Vex,
was,
yeah.
I screamed to get
Gotcha.
his attention.
So what you doing, Shade?
Gibbs speaks fast.
Okay, I'm going to use my exocortex. Now that everyone's running away, this guy's got some cybernetics on him. It seems.
He's almost entirely cybernetics, yeah,
I'm gonna
except for the Vesk
implant
face. and
glitch
tail.
on him.
Okay.
So, computers check. Ooh, it's probably not gonna work. The DC is 15 plus 1.5 of his CR.
He's
and it's
cursed.
yeah, I didn't roll so hot though. It's a 19.
Yeah, that's not anywhere near high. Well, it's not high enough.
Cool. Failing that, I'm just gonna full action attack him. I think I'm within range if he's 10 feet because
He is.
we're connecting.
You are.
So I'm gonna full action attack. I'm gonna say to Bubs, keep Gibbs safe. Echo, one is getting away, and then
Echo with 8 hit points over here.
yeah, but Echo's the fastest. And
I gotta take that hit point and run.
All right, this first one's probably gonna miss. It's like a 20 something.
I mean, it's a pretty wide range. It's 10 numbers. It's 9 numbers.
It's not gonna hit because it's -4. It's a 16.
Yeah, that's a miss.
It was a 20 -4. And then second one, probably also gonna miss. It's an 18.
That is a miss. Yeah. So you swing, and this
Absolutely feckless.
this guy is strong. The armor holds up very stably.
All right.
Anything else, Shade?
Nope, that's my full action and my exocortex action, and that's it.
Bubbles.
Nothing comes
Bubs
of
is
it.
gonna turn to the guy getting up again and say, "The difference between you and me is that you're only fighting for hatred and revenge. Your punches have nothing behind them but strength. But I'm fighting for my friends, and that's stronger than anything that you have." And I'm going to
Because
just
we
do a
killed
standard
all your
attack.
friends.
Okay.
And that's a 3.
The power
For a
friendship, not
total
so
of-
strong.
You have a lot of modifiers.
16.
Yeah, that's a miss, unfortunately. And then you go and you swing, and it just clang right off the armor, which seems a little stronger than
What are your
friendship.
fucking last words?
Anything else,
Better
Bubbles?
plan that out.
That was it.
All right.
Next.
So you clang. The eyes dart back to you, Bubbles,
Yeah.
but he turns and looks at you, Shade. And Bubbles, this is almost
God.
pointedly ignoring you. Like he
that's-
is telling you that
that's
you are
sad.
not even worth his time.
That's
But he turns over to you, Shade, and as he does, you can see the glove
Shade.
glows its full color of green, and he is going to make a single attack against you. And that is going to be a 36 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, where are my d12s?
Stop asking that.
Yeah, but it's his best attack.
Be like, where's my D4s?
I can beef one, probably.
But that's it.
Shade, you are taking a total of 31 points of bludgeoning damage as this glove slams in, and in a moment, it's like time freezes, and you watch as this green glow gets just a little brighter and then disappears, and the energy is discharged into your body instead, as you take
More damage.
13 points of electric damage.
Do you still want me to go after the other one?
The fuel cell just discharges from the arm and a new one slots into place. But that is their turn. They turn at the very end of their turn to you, Bubbles, and they just say, "Run while you have the chance. I serve a power far greater than yours." That is the Vesk's turn. That brings us to Emma. And you don't see Emma reappear. And so as far as you can tell, she has left the battlefield. That brings us to Gibbs. Echo, you're on deck.
I had not planned my next turn because I was not expecting to get that far.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's 8 o'clock. And so why don't we step
Damn.
away for a
Okay.
quick break? And then we'll
Nice.
come back for the conclusion of this combat. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Will we?
Yeah, I don't know.
And welcome back to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. We're going to jump right back into the longest combat in the history of Starfinder.
Not sure we had one that lasted 3 sessions.
The spice meat one.
Oh, yeah, it did. Yes, it did. That's a good point. But that really was supposed to be 2 combats, and you guys chose to make it 1. This was only designed to be 1. So, anyways, we get back with Emma not returning to the battlefield, which brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, from where you are, this individual towers over you. What would you like to do?
So I sort of eyeing for attention and hiding behind Bubs will just sort of reach out and graze this guy as he starts to attack Shade and hope to hit him with a attack.
Okay.
I get to use my key ability score modifier.
Yep.
So that's 15 against EAC.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Okay. Then he's not suddenly super tired and feeling like he wants to just curl up and die. So then I'm just gonna. Where did that guy run who's like getting the flash drive or something? Oh, it's this guy?
Yes.
He was getting a flash drive?
He has
Only
a flash
Echo
drive.
saw him holding anything,
then I
but
don't
yes,
care.
he is running away.
Okay, then I'm gonna stay where I stay because I'm sharing a space with Bubs, and if I move, I'm gonna die.
There you go.
So.
That will definitely provoke an attack of opportunity from Bubs. Echo, what would you like to do? And then the cultists are going.
Well, Echo's gonna follow orders.
Wow.
I didn't order you to go.
Yeah, you.
I mean, you did.
Yeah, you
No, I
did,
just
though.
informed Echo
Okay.
of one escaping. I said
So
one
that
is getting
provokes an
away.
attack of opportunity.
It does.
Okay, you just killed Echo. How does it feel?
I didn't kill Echo. I just said
So
one is escaping.
it's -2, correct? Because this is somebody who is shaken. So, does a... Sorry, I'm having trouble doing math. 26 hit. KFC.
Yes.
All right, so you do take a hit, which likely means that you're going down. But that is a total of 20 points of piercing damage.
I'm still up.
Wow.
Whoa!
So they slash, and it hits you hard. It cuts across the back, and you hear sparks, but you're able to step away. You accelerate quickly, although your gait is a little weird with all the damage. Where are you going?
60 feet. So
Okay.
it's 1, 2, 3.
Probably just like Fred that I gave.
Right there. They can't get line of sight from 60 feet.
Okay.
And there we go. 60 feet. And stealthily so. Because who would expect Echo,
And you
much
guys
like the
panel.
Spanish Inquisition?
Okay. Good.
That's 23 for the stealth check.
Okay.
Hopefully not that guy.
And a dirty 20 to KAC.
That is against which one?
Dude running away.
Meets a pizza.
Yay!
Yeah.
Stealth check doesn't doesn't
It
do
does
anything
not,
though, right?
Magical effect.
Well, you know, you win some, you lose some.
You do.
Sometimes you get to
do
roll
what
the
you do.
dice, sometimes you really don't. Oh, God. 12 points of cold and piercing damage.
So specifically, you're shooting at them. Are you trying to hit them like? What is your intent here?
Basically to, like, stop the running. And they're in, like, amongst the barrels. They can't get out because you told us we couldn't, like, that was all blocked off.
Correct.
Stop the running.
So as they wrap around the edge and they were rolling like full out, it took them to run all the way out, huffing, puffing, like even underneath the red hood, red in the face, sweating. They come around the corner and you're just standing there, already having moved all the way across, and you fire. And as their right foot plants on the ground, the shot hits them right at the right knee, and they move, but their leg stays behind, and they just like fall onto the ground. And you watch as this little data stick like 5 feet in front of them.
Sweet.
Anything else, Echo?
That's all of it.
Data state.
Alrighty. They are on the ground. They are yelling out in pain. You can hear them just like screaming now. Very much not like any of the other cultists. But that is your turn, Echo.
Yes.
That brings us to the rest of the cultists. So the one that you darted away from is going to take 10 feet of movement kind of like in the direction that you were going in, and then very quickly button hook around, realizing they cannot catch you, and go over to where Bubs is.
No!
You can get there if they want.
They can't break. God, never mind.
They are going to pull out their compliance ray, and they're going to take a shot at you, Bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a D12. That is only going to be an 18 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
And so they, in the scrum of battle, are unable to lock a shot and hit. The one who is over near you, Spice, is going to take 2 attacks against you. And swinging this, that is going to be a 28 to hit
Yep.
and a 19 against your KAC.
Nope.
All right. The one that does hit is going to deal 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As they slash into you, trying to push you back. They turn. You can see the eyes kind of following the individual who's running, but they snap back and they focus on you. That is both the cultists who are left, I believe.
Does the cultist who's fucked up do anything?
Yes, but hang on one second. So on the ground prone, they're going to like crawl, picking up this little data stick and moving 15 feet forwards towards Echo.
Oh, nice.
Just like on their knees, like, Mummy.
No, they're missing one of their knees. They only have one, and right now they're like using their arms to drag their body around. There is this big streak of blood that they're leaving. They are barely hanging on to life, but they and Echo, very pointedly, they're not looking at you. They are trying to crawl around you. But that is all of the cultists, and that does bring us to the top of the round to Spice. Spice, what would you like to do? Shade, you're on deck.
Fuck.
You get stabbed once by this individual. They pull back, and they seem to be still focused on you.
I'm going to scream out into the ether, Emma, come back! We need you! And then I'm going to adhere this guy's foot to the ground. And
Okay.
I'm really pulling up my
What is that? What is the DC for that?
let's see. It's you're gonna have to make what the fuck? Wait. The DC is spells would be 19.
19 reflex?
Yeah.
That is going to be a 15, and so they fail.
Stuck.
That's going to be a 13. So all of a sudden, as you yell out into the ether, Emma, come back, you lift up your heeled boot and stomp down on the cultist's foot, casting it here. And as you pull it away and they try to yank their foot up to like grab onto it, basically, they almost lose balance as they are stuck onto the ground.
They are entangled.
Very nice. And so at this moment, they are stuck to the pavement. Anything else, Spice?
No. I'm
Fantastic.
sweating over here.
That brings us to Shade, what would you like to do? Bubbles, you're on deck.
I'm going to use my exocortex to try and implant glitch again on
Okay.
the big guy.
Sure.
Adhered.
That's gonna be 23.
No effect.
All right.
This guy's. I meant this guy.
Oh, you meant
I thought
that guy.
yeah.
Gotcha. So, in that case.
Well, whatever. Just keep yelling. It can be this guy. That's fine.
Okay. Then that guy is still adhered. No worries.
Sorry, we all thought you meant the other guy.
Then I'm gonna just
I thought
try
you-
to
okay.
full action attack this dude again.
Okay. Make your attack rolls.
First one's gonna miss. Second one might hit with a 21
Against.
against KAC.
Miss.
Dang.
You slam into it and you feel the vibration ring through your arm. This is a solid material.
All right, that's it for me.
All right. That is your turn, Shade. That brings us to Bubbles, then the Vesk.
Bub's just gonna yell, continue the conversation. Your power is nothing compared to mine.
You got it. You got it.
That's a 13 plus 9 plus 13 for the standard attack, so that's 26.
26 is a miss. So Bubbles, you shout that out, and this Vesk just takes the blow straight to the chest. They budge back just a little bit, but that's it. That's your turn?
I'll take a guarded step back.
Okay.
Gibbs is like cowering between your legs, like, yeah, you got it, you got it.
Oh, yeah,
and you
no,
take a
for
guarded
that.
step back, and Gibbs is just like, ah!
No, I'll stay.
It's like a bug when you
You
remove
take
the
another
cup.
guarded step in, and you cover up
Sorry,
Gibbs.
I'm
But that is your
sorry.
turn. That does bring us to this Vesk.
I'm literally keeping you alive to be the physical meat shield for me.
Yeah.
So the Vesk is going to say, Zon Kuthon is the ultimate in pain. There is no greater power, and I will teach you. They're going to take the huge gauntlet in one fist, and they're going to attempt to grapple you. So go ahead and make an athletics check. Ooh, and you might actually be able to beat this one.
Are they rolling?
Yes.
They are cursed.
Ooh, that's a 15 plus 5, 20.
Is that -2 or -4?
-4. Oh, but weren't they wisp allied too? I don't remember now.
I don't think so.
But yeah, it's -4 to a bunch of shit.
Okay. What was yours?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So with -4, they are unable to grab onto you. And it was close. The -4 is definitely what did it. But as they go and they attempt to grab onto you, you can see with one hand going for your upper body and one going for your leg, almost certainly they were going to tear you in half. But unable to make this attack, that is their turn. And that brings us to
That's good.
Gibbs. Gibbs, what would you like to do? Echo, you're on deck.
Gibbs fully believes in the power of friendship and loves to hear her friends say that. And the best way she can support her friends is to give them her power. So she will again Mystic Cure Bubs,
Okay.
spending her last spell slot, her last actual resource. 5 plus 2 is 7 HP.
7 HP. Every bit counts.
Yeah.
Bubbles, you feel from behind, Gibbs is just supporting you.
And I'm like, you got this. You can do it.
Anything else, Gibbs?
Seeing that Bubs would have moved had she not been here, Gibbs is gonna take the chance for an attack of opportunity and move. Cause like I'm literally keeping multiple people here by being here. So I will move. Does he take
I
it?
don't think you provoke
Yeah,
attacks
from
of
who?
opportunity.
No, because I was sharing a space with Bubs because I'm small.
Oh.
They're in the same space, but
Yeah.
no, it's not going to. He's focused on Bubs.
Cool. And then I'll
just tried
stand
to
up
rip
here, and I will.
So as you walk up that stage, for what it's worth, you have to be very mindful of your feet because it is covered in nails. These have all been welded into this place. There is this heavy amount of blood that is kind of soaked in there, and so you're small enough where you can do it, no
Yeah.
problem. But a larger creature would probably take damage standing up here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I have delicate, tiny feet. And I will swift action, pull out a gun. How do I switch my guns?
I'm pretty sure it's whole move.
It's a swift action if you have a base attack bonus above 1.
Oh.
Wait, I do have that.
Hey, look at that!
Hey.
Nice.
It's impossible. I had to have a
All right, so swift action.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I love this commentary because I'm gonna try, but
What you doing?
oh, that's all on my turn. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm standing. I moved. I switched.
That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to Echo. Echo, you see this individual like crawling, trying to get by you on the ground.
Echo, knows that they can catch back up to him now. Echo switches grips to the plasma pistol again
Okay.
and moves forward to base contact with adhered guy.
Okay.
Actually, one back. Let's make it one back. And decides to shoot because that way we'll get just these two guys.
Yeah, very nice. You decide maybe I won't shoot Bubbles.
Maybe I won't shoot anyone at all because that was a 13.
A 13 is not going to hit a single person.
Nope.
And so as you like slide into that place, that step backwards costs you your accuracy and you are unable to hit. Anything else, Echo? Okay, that is your turn, Echo. That brings us to the cultist. The one who is on the ground moves a further 30 feet as they take their full movement.
The attack of opportunity?
They're prone still.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay,
it's 4 times.
Does Echo get an attack of opportunity?
No, I believe they're 5 feet away from Echo as a buffer. And then
They're on this, but prone.
the only other cultists are already where they want to be. Bubbles, the one who doesn't quite understand how this is all working, is going to take a compliance ray shot at you.
Okay.
That is going to be 27 to hit.
That is-
And so just kind of right off. The other one, who is right in front of you, Spice, and adhered, is going to take an attack against you. Anchored into place as they are, it's a little tough. That is going to be a total of 27 to hit.
Yep. -2.
Right. Minus way more than 2, but yeah.
Damn.
The 8. You are taking a grand total of 17 points of piercing damage. As they dig this into you, and they go to like grab onto you, but they can't reach, stuck under the ground. That is the cultist's turn. That brings us to Spice. What would you like to do?
That's what I was gonna do. I was like, I knew I had something left. Can I do a cultures check to see if I can remember any Zon-Kuthon chance that would get this guy's attention?
That would be an action.
Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah, for sure. It would, yeah. I would say, like, well, hang on 1 second here. I feel like
I'm
it
trying
might
to
be
get this
mysticism.
guy not to keep bashing Bubbles into the ground.
If you're looking, so like,
I could just
specifically-
yell some fucking words as a bluff check that like might be relative to like Zon-Kuthon and like Invesk also. I don't mind going down that
I
road.
would say this is a mysticism check if you're trying to use Zon-Kuthon and invoke them in that way.
Alright, I don't want to do that. Motherfucking hell! There's like almost nothing I can do here.
You can use a bluff check, you just need to find a bluff that you could use.
Alright, so I'm gonna say I was
Your shoes are
Invest.
tied.
Yeah, literally. I'm gonna go, I was a follower of Zon-Kuthon once, and it's not a lie. Can I use that? Does he know I'm a follower of Zon-Kuthon or what?
Well, that's not a bluff.
It's not a lie.
Fuck. Alright, your shoes untied. Over there.
Make a bluff check.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's gonna be really good.
I don't know. Shoes.
You got a stain on your shirt.
That's 38. Okay.
It's just right
I don't have shoes.
Okay, we'll get back to that. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out. Can I use my move action to pull out my dermal stapler and unbleed myself?
You can pull out the dermal stapler. I don't think you can
gonna do
unbleed
that.
yourself, though.
Yeah.
So no worries. You pull out the dermal stapler, ready to fix yourself up. You do at the end of your turn take
Yeah.
4 points of bleed damage.
We have med packs too.
That brings us to
You could just be
Shade. Shade. At the moment, this Vesk, unable to be cut down. You haven't even hit
This
him yet.
time,
the,
for
like,
sure,
really
I'm
good
gonna
med
hack him.
Okay.
23.
Clang. Right off. Doesn't do any damage.
No, this is the hack.
Oh, the hack also doesn't work.
Clang.
Implant ghost.
Electronic clang.
All right.
E-clang.
I guess without provoking an opportunity attack, I'll move over here and try to draw away this guy that's been shooting at Bubs and then still attack this guy.
Okay.
With the regular ass attack. These rolls, I gotta do something about these rolls. That's not gonna hit. It was a 5 on the die. I don't even want to math it. Fuck that.
You move across, and in this melee, it makes it so that you really have to use your weapon to keep yourself safe more than attack. But that is your turn, Shade, and that brings us to Bubbles. Bubbles, the Vesk goes next. So, Bubbles, at this moment, this individual right in front of you, everything is closing down, and then behind you, you just hear the little voice of Gibbs squeak out that they believe in you.
I'll show you what true power is.
No!
Some other time.
I'm trying so hard
Wow,
to keep you
these
alive.
two natural ones really
In
fucking
the
this
next
game.
life.
Okay. You go and you try to swing, and as you do, they grab onto your Dothko and just tear it out of your hands, and they fling it so hard that the points of it just into the concrete, into the wall, and it is just wedged in there.
I can't just like sing-song it back.
It's almost like your return augment is not effective when it's wedged into the concrete. Anything else, Bubbles?
Natty one's out.
That's it.
Okay. That is your turn, Bubbles. That brings us to this Vesk. You shout out that you'll show him what real power is all about, and he takes your weapon away. As he throws it and it slams into the wall.
This wall?
Yes, that wall. He is going to... Seeing Shade now, is going to look at you, Bubbles, and just say, "You're worthless." And turning to Shade, he is going to reach back and try to punch straight through him.
You're not worthless, baby. Don't listen to him.
You see the face or the fist glow, and that is going to be a 28 to hit. That hits. Get my D12s.
Pull up that unarmed strike, my guy.
You are going to be taking a total of
Still hit my metal fire too. So it's like a D4.
34 points of bludgeoning damage, plus only 6 points of electrical damage.
Okay.
And there is this of steam, and that fuel cell falls out, and it doesn't automatically pivot a new one into place. That seems to be the last charge.
Okay.
That is their attack. That is going to be Vesk. Gibbs, what would you like to do? Echoes on deck.
There's no way I can hit this guy. I'm so bad with a gun. So Gibbs taking that as a sign from God that she's got better shit to do. Can I start to yank?
Yeah, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Can I start to yank emotionally? With the power of friendship?
Can we say-
17!
17.
Plus what?
Plus, it's your athletics.
Athletics?
Yeah.
-1! 16!
16.
Can we say I'm also pulling it with my sing-song return function?
You're already doing that,
Yeah.
and maybe that's what does it, but just enough, Gibbs. You yank and you yank and you yank, and each time it's just a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And the last one, you almost poof, and it almost slams you back because it's so heavy, but you just managed to catch it on your shoulder, and you are now holding a Dothko, and then you get yanked like almost 5 feet closer to Bubs as it tries to engage.
Cool.
But
Swing it at
anything
that
else,
guy.
Gibbs?
Can I release it to him?
Yeah, no problem. Free action, drop, and all of a sudden, Bubs, it just catches back in your
Wow,
hand.
that's cool.
Cool.
That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to Echo. Echo, what would you like to do?
Supercharge the plasma gun.
There you go. The air congeals around it, and you can see condensation first catches onto the pistol and then evaporates off.
No, you don't have to look it up in the...
21 for K's ENF.
Against which one?
It's a line, so these two.
So that hits the cultist, absolutely, and it strikes into the Vesk, and the Vesk grunts. It doesn't hit him. It doesn't break it. But you get the sense that it seems like EAC is a little bit lower than KAC on this individual, because that affects them at least.
Okay. So that's 12 plus 16 points of ENF to the one it did hit.
Almost like point blank range as they are striking against Spice. They almost don't see you coming, and this is almost unfairly easy. This is shooting fish in a barrel, and so you just erase this individual. No longer up.
Thank you,
The
Echo.
plasma strikes the Vesk and just seems to almost melt away from the armor. No effect. Anything else, Echo?
Nope.
Okay.
Wait, I haven't moved this turn. I'm going to go catch up with my little buddy over there to see how he's doing.
So you catch right up, and he on the cultist turn goes an additional 30 feet, just crawling away. He turns around, and suddenly you are just looming over, just the blue eyes glowing in the dark silhouette above him, the sound of combat
I don't know where to
behind,
put him.
and he kind of wheels over on his back, and you can see he's still like wheeling and trying to pull himself away from you, and he just says, "If you let me go, I'll tell them that you're dead, and they won't come after you anymore." but they'll always come after you. And they're just like pushing themselves away. There is blood, and they are looking paler and paler. But that is
Free action, hold out hand for data chip.
They dropped it.
No, he picked it up.
they picked it back up. As you like reach out for it, they hold in their hand and they look at it and they're shaking and they are almost dead. And they turn and they just say, "They'll kill me," and they begin to try to get away.
Or I will kill you.
Anything else? Alrighty.
Just that retort.
That is the cultist turn. That brings us to. Oh wait, sorry. There's one more left. And they are going to take a swing at you, Shade.
Nah, they don't want to do anything.
Shade, as they swing with this blade, the first one is only going to be a 20 to hit.
That misses.
The second one is going to be a little bit better with a 24.
That misses.
And so, unable to strike from across this Vesk, almost making it too hard to reach. That is all of the cultists. That brings us to the top of the round, Spice.
Yo, it's me, Spice.
You watch as the one that is right in front of you is just erased with plasma. What would you like to do?
That's convenient. Actually, instead of healing myself, I'm going to take a slice at this guy who's attacking my baby.
Yeah, make an attack
roll. Blade that's in my hand. Oh, yay. This is gonna be so much damage. It's going to be a 16 to hit.
16 is a miss, unfortunately.
That's what I thought.
You swing, and you're not even able to hit him. It doesn't even bounce off the armor.
Great.
Anything else?
No.
Alrighty, that is your turn. That brings us to Shade, followed by Bubs.
All right. This time for sure I'm gonna hack him.
Okay.
We just want to hit you. Just stop being so beefy.
Fresh die over here. Fresh die, 34.
34 hits.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
fresh die.
All right, so now I can choose what cybernetic to fuck up.
Sorry, again, this is for the hack.
Yes.
Well, we know his fuel cell's out of charges.
That is
Right,
15
but that's he's got more than just
Yeah.
that for the
Does he have
cybernetic.
cybernetics?
die.
1.5.
Yeah.
Blind him.
That is not a success.
Ah!
-4? For what? Is it?
This is for a.
The glitch.
Ability
it's
checks,
a
attack roll,
computer's
saving throw,
check
or
against-
skill check?
It's his CR, right?
It is a ability check, right? 'Cause it's-
Yes, it's a computer's check against his.
But it's him making the computer's check. So
Oh.
yeah, no, doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
Trying
it's
to be
the,
helpful.
The
Yeah.
CR bullshit. 15.
Unfortunately, as you do this, it seems to take place, and then you watch as an element of the armor just goes red and then just falls off. And it seems almost like getting close to that seems to. It's like they have digital chafe almost. Anything else, Shade?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fucking hit him for once.
Okay. Well, now you know that a 34 will hit.
I think I'm gonna.
I'm gonna stick with my buddy over here then.
Yeah, fucking H. Bubbles, you have to
Yeah.
solo this guy.
Ben.
I'm trying to keep you up, man. Literally doing the best I can.
Move action,
Okay.
defensive step or guarded step.
Okay.
Step back to here,
Okay.
and then start shooting him with my energy weapon.
Okay, make your
because
attack roll.
Slashing at him has been completely and utterly.
Hasn't been great. And then you
Useless.
saw Echo turn and fire and melt a cultist, and this guy at least noticed.
That's wow. Okay, cool. That's like a 35.
That hits.
Um,
Just like the 34.
yeah. All right, that's. Sorry. 12 points of energy damage.
12 points of energy damage. Seems like it does more than you were expecting it to, in fact. Almost like that energy, this individual, almost entirely made out of cybernetics, doesn't absorb energy well. As this finally hits from the side, you take that guarded step away and they swing out at you and you shoot underneath the arm. You can see for the very first time a crack in that dark armor. Anything else, Shade?
Can I point out the crack in the armor to Bubs?
Yeah, free action. You can send that across the communication, no problem. That is your turn, Shade. Bubbles. Shade points out to you this crack underneath.
Can we say, even though I grabbed the weapon, can I also say that I switched my weapon to the Magna Hammer?
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly for flavor that you
Yeah.
grabbed the weapon,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it could be mostly that you like grabbed it to
Catch it.
stow
You
it
didn't
as
even
you're
need
pulling
it?
out the hammer.
Well, I didn't know that energy weapons until Bob realized that
Yeah,
the same
it's all
thing that
good.
Shade just did and also Echo did. I'm going to attack with this standard attack. That's a 16
Okay,
plus 13, 29.
29 hits.
Yes, and I'm going to attack specifically in the spot that Shade pointed out with my d10s.
Well, hang on then.
It's a higher DC.
Oh, is it?
If
a
you're
called
targeting
shot.
a specific spot.
Oh, then
Are you doing that? You would know that. You've done that before.
I did roll pretty well.
29 though is not good enough for this
I
guy.
say fucking go for it. Take the chance.
It was your
Cool
instinct.
Okay, I'll
shit.
take it.
Cool
Yeah.
shit. Take the chance for the
So it's a 29.
Yeah, you miss.
If you are targeting this, a 29 unfortunately is not.
What did I say?
You gotta take those.
Yeah.
You get the sense that 29, or sorry, this is EAC.
Oh, plus it's
Yeah, it's
minus.
EAC.
Yeah.
That does hit.
Oh.
That does.
All right.
Even with that target, that
So
does. hit.
that's
Sorry.
that's an 8 plus 17, which is 25.
25. So you swing this in, and this is E and F damage.
Yeah, whatever. Where's the hammer? Yeah, it is.
Okay. So with E and F damage, you swing and slam the hammer in, and as the cracking edge melts and the fire burns out, this individual takes a tremendous amount of damage.
Let's go.
Bubbles, save
As
us
you
all.
pull the hammer away, that crack has widened badly, and you can see underneath the scales of the vest where they have become kind of pale and a little bit almost atrophied under this. He's worn this for a long time, but you can see now just pure body underneath the metal. Anything else, Bubbles?
Bub's just gonna yell, "That's biopower!" or something.
Okay. That staggers him a little bit, and so it is now his turn. One of the hands, the non-gauntleted one, goes down to where this breach in the armor is, and you see the fingers kind of disappear into this gap and pull it out. And when he pulls it away, there is blood. But at this, he is going to turn and look back over his shoulder and see Echo and this individual who is almost missing the leg. And let's see. So they're 5 feet out of there.
They're 30 feet out of there.
Yeah. They're 30 feet.
Yeah, there's
They were
no way
there
that he
last
could even
turn.
reach them there.
Yeah.
He is going to turn. He's going to look at you, Bubbles. He's going to snarl but say nothing. And then he is going to take off at a full sprint. And he's going to end his movement right next to Echo.
Attacks of
Provokes
opportunity.
attack of opportunity from Bubbles,
I don't-
Spice.
I don't do it.
And
Oh, I do it with my
Shade, if you
hammer. I
want.
actually do
Yeah,
with my
you do.
hammer.
Bubbles,
Not
Spice,
with
and
the
Shade
dot
if you
but
want.
with the hammer I do. I haven't done it.
Stone
Ooh,
hit
all
though.
Yes.
right. Let's go.
24.
Against KAC,
That's nothing.
Yeah.
that is a miss.
Yeah.
That's a 5 plus 13, which is 18.
That's a miss.
34 with KAC.
That is a hit, even with KAC. Now that there's this gap just cracked down the side, you can actually strike just the body.
Not great damage, but still okay. 14 slashing damage.
14 slashing damage. It just cuts up and across, and there is now blood that just spouts with every single step, but he still pulls away. He makes his way over, and at the end of his turn, looms up right behind you, and Echo, you hear the as he is just charging full speed towards you. That is, however, the Vest's turn, and that brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, you watch as the vest turns and disappears, and you hear this cultist just go, "Wait!" And just like they are now just left absolutely alone in this warehouse with the rest of you as the vest runs.
Yeah, I don't care about that. What's that? I'll go up here and I'll pull out my own dermal staple Mark II or some shit and just fucking staple Spice's boobies.
Okay, just right into the chest. Not at all.
I'm like, clear! Oh, wait.
So just chest piercings now.
Oh, cool.
Anything else, Gibbs?
No, I'm super useful.
There you go. That is Gibbs's turn.
you
And
go.
Spice, you are no longer bleeding.
Ew.
That brings us
That's
to Echo. Echo, behind you, this Vesk looms up. The other one down at your feet. What are you doing?
Stamp
Which one?
feet. Echo's just going to bluff, like being afraid at the somewhat bluff, being afraid of the looming Vesk dude. Somewhat bluff. For a 28.
That succeeds.
Hey.
Wait.
It's on the little dude.
Now, can you hit?
Maybe.
He's prone. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, he's prone. 19.
What's he get? Minus
19
4?
against?
Okay, I see.
Cultist.
Squishy
Doctor.
cultist.
Squishy doctor cultist.
That is a miss, unfortunately. Just barely. Anything else, Echo?
What's the magical effect on him?
It's my spirit ally bullshit, which I think would
He's like -2.
He's out of the.
last. No, it's only for like 10 turns, and I'm sure we're past
Yeah, I
that.
feel like
Oh, yeah.
we're into it.
Sorry.
Well, Echo misses,
This is
and
permanent,
the
though.
like sound of the clockwork sword hitting into the ground, and just says, "If they do not kill you, I will," and holds out their hand once again for the drive.
Okay. And, okay, we'll get back to that. Anything else, Echo?
Nope.
Okay, that is your turn. That brings us straight to the cultists. So the one at your feet, as you say that, they kind of gulp and they look up, and with the Vesk like looming over them and you looming over them as well, they just drop the drive and it clatters onto the pavement. They are going to move and take 30 feet of movement. However, the Vesk is going to use his attack of opportunity on this individual. As he runs, the Vesk just says, "Coward!" and slams his fist down. That is going to be a 30 to hit, and almost certainly.
Smushes him into the ground, and it's like one of those anime, just splat dead.
7, 8, 8. You watch as he slams down and just crushes this individual's pelvis and back, and they do not move as he pulls this back. Echo, make a reflex saving throw.
To avoid the viscera?
Yeah, that's.
29.
For everybody else, if you are looking back and you can see this, at the exact same time, you watch as Echo darts forward and the Vesk swings their hammer, and both seem to reach the cultist at once. And Echo, you are the only one who comes back with this data drive in their hand.
Hell yeah. Nice.
That is that cultist. The only other one that is left
This guy.
is going to look around. Everybody else has left. And
gonna kill
so
himself.
he is going to move over to that altar. So he's going to run around. And he is going to climb up onto the podium so that he is like standing on it.
And just jump off.
And you hear him yell out, "I give my life for Zon Kuthon!" And he just spreads his arms and falls back on the nails and is going to take. So there is a world where this doesn't kill him.
Oh, that's the
He just gets tetanus.
No,
has
but
to
it's
live
enough.
with it.
As he falls back, the nails just pierce him in the back and the neck, and he dies.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. For him.
And so that brings us to the top of the order and to Spice. Now, in this moment, Spice, all that you could really see is the Vesk, in terms of enemies, is the Vesk and Echo kind of out here.
Yeah, she's going to scream at the top of her lungs, "Get your quick ass out of there, Echo!" and grant you a hurry, even though you probably don't even need it.
I'm also after the Vesk.
Oh,
That is your turn, Spice.
yep, that's my turn.
Alrighty.
What, am I gonna yell
That
hurry at
brings
the
us
guy?
to Shade, followed by Bubbles. Shade.
I'm going to use my full
Get out of there.
movement to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Oh, yeah, I should have
Eight.
moved over there.
here.
Whoops.
And then this time, surely, I will hack
Are you
him.
okay? Go for it.
Oof.
This time, surely I will not. That was a natty 1, so I failed to hack him once again. I'm gonna just try to shoot him again.
Make
and
your attack
hopefully
roll.
not fail on this. All right, that's pretty good. That is 28 against EAC.
That is a hit.
Cool. Nice. 10 energy damage.
10 energy damage. And it seems to do a little bit more than you'd imagine. For what it's worth, too, I mean, he stumbles forwards a little bit. He's beginning to look kind of hurt.
Cool.
Anything else, Shade?
That is it for me.
Doubles. You watch as he just streaks away from you. What would you like to do?
I will move 30 here. And I'm going to just throw my Magna Hammer
Okay.
at him. Oh, this doesn't have the return function though.
It doesn't. Make your attack roll. Bubbles, you're like,
not the
you're so
first
used to it.
Yeah.
You just throw it, you're like, wait! Oh shit.
Just like standing there waiting for it to come back. Oh.
You're the person who's like
Oh,
gonna skip the
thanks.
rock and take a bite of their sandwich, and then they just throw the sandwich into the water and take a bite of the rock.
Oh no.
That's an 11 plus 13. That's 24. That's
24?
EAC.
Meets it, beats it.
Nice. That's a slightly better. I would need a 14 to hit with the other one.
Yeah, that wouldn't have hit.
Where's the D10?
I mean, with his rolling, it wasn't hitting at all.
That's a D10.
Yeah. That's a 1. Plus 17. That's 18.
I mean, still
rolls tonight.
still a good amount of damage, and he is just like limping a little bit now, but still moving.
Where's the hammer land?
The hammer, I mean, it hits him and then probably bounces off somewhere within 5 feet of him.
What direction?
Probably closer to you.
Oh,
There you
so
go.
can we see right there?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I have to go pick it up.
Yeah. That is your turn?
Yeah.
Alrighty, that brings us to the Vesk. So the Vesk smashes this other cultist down. You could see pulling the fist away, looks down and recognizes that there is no data drive down here, and then looks up at you, Echo. The power fist comes up and then unrolls, and they hold the hand out to you. And snarling, they say, "The rock is coming for you. Give me the drive, and I'll hide you."
Echo just looks over at the incapacitated unit and then looks back and it's like,
Okay? So, seeing that you're not going to accept that, they are going to just shove you. Oh, you know what? Even though it doesn't have charges, they're just going to hit you twice. Oh, no, they'll hit you once. Echo, that is only going to be a 24 to hit.
ah, yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that is going to be very lucky. That is going to be a total of 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
I am still up!
So yeah, not quite minimum damage, but very close.
Wow.
That is the Vesk's turn. That brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, you are sitting next to Spice.
Yeah.
Bubs moves past you throwing the hammer. Everybody's
Yeah.
moving out now.
So from a weird perspective, as Bubs throw the hammer, it looks like Gibbs is like fetching it like a dog because she runs like on all fours and is just gonna scamper her movement speed, which is
Absolutely.
35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then holds out her reality pistol and is gonna try and hit this guy with a gun.
Okay.
It's fucking 13.
A 13 is a miss. You fire and it just phew, off and into the dark. But
And
that
then
is-
Gibbs like actually
Somewhere
like looks at the
far
thing and is
off
like,
in the
well, I
night,
guess I'm gonna
someone
go
goes,
fetch that, and like starts to like make a like starts to move towards the fucking magma shit.
No problem. Echo, what would you like to do?
Or something?
It's like I'm your return function now.
Computers are also hardware. As Echo zooms past, they're gonna tug on a wire for a computer's check for the trick attack.
Okay.
Nice. I like that.
It's not gonna
Bring
do
him
anything.
back
That's a
here.
23.
That is not going to do anything. You pull the wire, and it was just a spare that was tucked into a pocket.
Echo like runs back towards everyone else with the drive,
Yep.
turns around, and with a 26 to whatever cold and piercing damage is, fires at my dude.
Okay.
That's a good call.
That was a
26 to cold and piercing.
That hits.
Ooh, max damage!
Love it.
16 points of cold and piercing.
16 points.
Yeah.
They're still up.
Oh my god, man.
This
Here.
Swift action, data drive, and concealed compartment.
Okay. It just gets tucked away
Where do
into
you
the
want to go?
android body.
Your endless movement.
Right behind Shade. It's not endless. 'cause
That
I
is
had
your
to
turn?
fire. Yeah.
That brings us to the cultists. Just kidding. That brings us to the top of the round. Spice. You didn't move, but you have an opportunity again. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna hold my action to see if this guy does anything.
Okay. That is your turn, Spice. That brings us to Shade.
This time,
I
it's
believe in
definitely
you.
gonna work.
I believe in you. Power of friendship.
It's not gonna work.
You miss 90% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, I
Wait,
guess
what?
it's 100% tonight.
How many shots we do take though?
All right, this time though, I am gonna hit him with my gun.
Yeah, you've been doing it.
That's a 24 hit.
Against EAC. Beats it.
That's gonna be 12 points of energy and fire.
Tell us how.
I've just been shooting that same spot like every time, and it was probably like his liver or something. Just like
Cracking down, like as the armor has shattered again and again, there's a spot that is like just weakening, not just in the armor but the actual vest hide itself. And after shot and shot and shot, and with Echo finally clear, you have a clear shot and you take it, and it just melts through their body and almost hollows it out, and you can see glowing light from within the armor itself before just smoke appears. And Echo, from this gaze, you can see the eyes just staring at you the whole way as they fall down to the ground, but they are dead. And for the first time in 2 sessions, I'm gonna pull all of you out of initiative.
I'm
Nice.
this. Yikes.
Bubs is gonna run outside, seeing this guy's dead, and just start shouting for Emma. Emma!
Okay.
Emma, where are you?
Bubs.
Echo's gonna run over to the Echo unit.
So, Bubbles, you run out into the street. You see the corpse right next to you, but running out, you shout for Emma, and looking around, make a perception check.
That's a 3 plus.
There's
see
a single
nothing.
snowflake.
You see just the hollow
10,
husk,
13.
the environment all around, these ruined streets and buildings and
blood in his
trash, but
eyes.
not much else. Echo, you go over to the Echo unit?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go into the back in the area where there are a couple of different android elements, and you see that there is a crate, and you saw elements into this crate before. It is currently shut, but that is kind of pushed up and next to the kind of altar sort of thing that the android is currently partially parted out onto. You can also see next to that there is a wheeled, almost like dolly, and on that there are 2 additional android bodies, one of which is the Echo units. Sorry.
Is Echo able to tell which batch?
Yeah, give me just 1 second.
Check those serial numbers. Um,
Buzz is gonna loot the body, I guess.
Okay.
I would
Make a perception check, Bubs.
I just want those gloves. 9 plus 10, 19.
19. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good, Bubbles.
I just want those gloves over there.
Give me just
You're so
1
cool.
second. Okay, so.
Dun
okay.
dun dun.
As you
Turns out they're
look,
infected.
I'm gonna write down numbers. I will get you a number for that.
Yeah, just come back.
The number is one that is more contemporary than yours,
Okay.
a little bit newer. The other thing that you would notice about this, the body is in relatively good condition. There is no obvious signs of damage. You don't see anything that looks like causes of death necessarily, for what that's worth. Bubbles. So as you go over to the Vesk, the power armor is almost ruined. I mean, that's pretty badly damaged.
I'll take it anyways.
Okay. second. Let me pull up what that armor is.
Probably have shipping crumb fix it or something.
Oh, God.
Oh, she.
Wow.
Too
forgot about
soon.
that.
Jeez.
Only one.
It's like literally a line item in my inventory is crumb sweatshirt.
Oh.
It's tragic.
So, Bubbles, as you look over at these, or really it's just one gauntlet, it is a battle glove. And you could absolutely take it. It is a level 10 battle glove, which is a power battle glove.
Wow, level 10. Shit.
Power glove.
And yeah, this is a like almost like a ceramic sort of material that has been put over top of steel, and then within where your hand would actually go, there's like a nylon web that makes it relatively comfortable. But this is heavy. And as you look at it, you imagine it probably takes a fuel cell to power, and that would make it a little easier to move around. That also makes you realize that probably they were just using pure strength toward the end of that battle to swing this thing.
Nice.
But yeah, you can add that to your inventory.
Nice.
Echo wants to kind of like inspect the area around the androids.
Make a perception check.
I was going to look for the like where the data drive came from. Where is data?
Yeah,
Wow.
31.
31. So, a couple of things. First of all, in a little sliding, so like on the side of this little altar, there's some little decorative elements, almost little curves and curls. One of them slides to the side and has a very small compartment that is like a little curve, and there are 3 credit sticks or data sticks in there. And I would say actually all 3 of them are credit sticks. That seems to be the compartment that was pulled out. The thing in your hand is a data chip, not a credit stick, for what it's worth. That seems to be everything that's there, but I mean, looking around with that check, you do notice out of the corner of your eye, as you like look back over your shoulder, over the door, mounted back and into the warehouse, there is a camera that is kind of pointed down and is looking at the entirety of the warehouse as well. And I would say with that check, I mean, looking around, there's a number of different things in the warehouse proper. You see like a bunch of instruments over underneath this kind of rampart. It looks like everything that they have taken from people in their like time here has just been thrown under there. So tons of clothing, things of that nature. There's lots of stuff in here.
Echo like points out the camera to the rest of the group and then wants to take a closer look at the other 2 androids and see if there's anything that they might have in common with Echo units, aside from just they are androids.
Make a mechanics check. That's called a engineering check.
Could I inspect this ritual?
Inspect what?
The ritual.
Make a mystic check.
Thank you.
While all this is happening, I think I would just calm to the group. We need to rest. I'll secure a perimeter.
24 or 34?
34.
34.
There's where all my good rolls went.
Yeah. So, Echo, as you go over and you look at the androids, there's not a whole lot that's super remarkable about them. All of the bodies that you find here are androids. One of the things that is of interest, similar to the first one, not a single one of these has any kind of damage to them. All of them are fully intact with no cause of death that you can see. And Echo, as you are like looking at this and kind of examining it, your eyes drift over to this crate that is behind the table, and you caught a glimpse into there. There are other android parts within, but at the moment it's shut. You gotta open it up.
Mm-hmm.
Cracking this open, you can see roughly 4 or 5 android arms that have been severed, the skin parts neatly cauterized in, almost like spare parts. There are a number of legs. You see just body parts that have been kind of neatly pulled apart and I would say, Echo, these are almost usable. And looking down at the damage to your body, there is a part of you that's pretty sure that if you wanted to, and it's a distasteful idea, but you could probably swap out your own body parts for these. These are still in working order. And that's what you'd find.
That's kind of like those impulsive thoughts that you get that you know you are
Yes.
not going to act on, because that is horrifying.
Yeah.
Echo just slams it shut and like sends a like direct message to Shade, and just like pings like with like the blueprint and the location, no words, just like here.
Okay.
Okay. I would start calmly walking over to where Echo is.
Shade walked calmly.
27.
Okay. So you go over to the elements of the ritual. The stone was like destroyed by Emma who came in, but there's enough left over that you can see this is very similar to the ritual that you interrupted before. And as you really look, every now and then, so the blood that was in the actual stone proper has leaked out now and is like just kind of in the cracks of the stone. It's almost like little drops bubble up from the puddle and just appear, and the puddle kind of expands just a little bit. And it only happens a couple times and then stops, but it's almost like, and then you remember Spice had kind of been translating what the Vesk had said, and he had said something about 2 stones was more than enough. It's possible that the blood that was being drawn from the other 2 rocks somehow was making its way over here. And that these 3 rituals, and there's a site that is still unaccounted for, were likely all designed towards the same purpose. And as you look at the imagery here, it speaks about summoning and pulling an entity from the plane of shadows to this plane. And you're not really sure what this is, but it's a word that is Valstruck. Some kind of creature, maybe.
Can I, like, pool a little bit of blood in my paws and, like, put it, like, splash it on the ground? And does the blood that's active, like, pull in a certain direction that would show me a general direction of the one active altar left?
So you take the blood in your hands, you drop it down, and when you take it in your hands, it's just a bit warmer than room temperature at this point, and so it's congealing and coagulating, and when you drop it, it's not really like a liquid as much as it is like a gel, but it splats on the ground and doesn't seem to have any directionality to it.
Okay.
So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember from like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Sure, yeah, it's been a bit.
Spice was translating in Veskarian what the Vesk was saying.
Correct.
I remember him saying specifically that they needed 2 out of the 3 stones would be enough.
Mm-hmm.
Were you translating at that point? I don't remember if you were translating.
Spice Live translated the whole thing.
Okay, so it was
I
that
can
was
count
all-
all of you with
okay.
my mind. So.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I thought it was the stones that Gibbs found, but I guess it's these.
I wonder if Emma went to go disrupt the 3rd stone.
Oh yeah, can I look for rune stones while I'm here, or whatever?
Make a miss. Oh,
Ion stones?
make a perception check.
Aeon?
Yeah.
No, the relics or whatever.
Make a
Are
perception
you
check.
saying that out loud, by the way? I think I'll walk
Valstruck,
over.
yeah. Velstr.
Because Emma was not here for us. We were only here. She was only here to stop this thing and pause because we were here.
I'll reply to that. I'll say, I want to think she was here for me, but yeah, that would make sense.
But Bubs, you know why this is important, right? She thinks maybe there's a part of her that treats this as her home too. Maybe this is her returning her sentimentality to a community that you guys both hold dear. That's a thread we can pull on.
Maybe.
Maybe pull her back a little. She stayed for you. We're only alive because of her.
I know that Steele said that she was here to go into a server in some place in the husk, so I don't know how this all fits in together. Maybe she is destroying these for some reason. I don't know. It just, nothing adds up.
These are a pretty big threat, no matter what side you're on. But with this Valstruck guy, it sounds awful. Look at these depictions. I mean, the fact they're using blood, everything here is makes my skin crawl.
I don't understand how this fits together. Why is Emma and Maldros interested in this? And
What if it's not Emma and Maldros? What if it's just Emma? What if this is just because this is her home too? That's what I hope.
and I don't understand. What does this have to do with Pallades Rock? And then Bubs is gonna remember that there was a courier that was supposed to show up with the data money, I guess it was. Yeah, it was like a cred stick with money.
The person that you would ask is currently dead in the street out front, so hard to tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said someone was late.
When the vest guy showed up,
Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I can get that information. I'm gonna cast Grave Words on the Vesky guy.
Okay.
Well, actually, I've got a collection of cultists to pick from, and odds are, out of 10, one of them's got to be useful.
I would explain to Gibbs what I just said.
Cool.
Out of character.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she could do that.
So you go up to the Vesk, you grab onto the head, and what are you asking?
I don't get to ask.
You just say, okay.
The corpse utters random sentences for 1 round with a 10% chance that this information is of some use to you. GM makes the D percentage roll in secret and decides what information useful or not the corpse spews out in its babbling.
So you pick up the head, you kind of tilt it towards you, and as you cast this spell, you feel the magic inflate the face almost like a balloon, the parts that have almost like run away, and instantly the face just all the way across the warehouse towards Echo. And the voice just kind of whispers out because the head is almost like completely severed from the body. You're already dead. And then just kind of melts in your hand again.
Cool. I repeat none of that, but we'll pick 10 cultists
Okay.
to continue to do this for until I find a piece of somewhat seemingly useful information.
As Gibbs walks off,
Gibbs still looks very bad and is like staggering from body to body.
We're all staggering.
Yeah,
pretty hard.
yeah.
all
Everybody's like, Spice is like laying on the ground, just eyes up.
Bubs is gonna lay down next to Spice, and he's gonna like kind of face forward outside of the warehouse, and he's gonna try to find out in like the skyline, that familiar ceiling that he saw when he was laying down with Spice before, of like the exit signs being kind of like lights in the star sky.
Okay.
And he's gonna think maybe Emma saw the same stuff that he saw when he looked up, and he thinks of Gibbs's words about this being her home too.
Make a sense motive check, Bubbles.
That's a 6 plus. I have a shit sense motive.
Is it as
I
bad
have
as
4.
mine?
10.
Not as bad as mine.
Not as bad as mine.
I mean, they were a child at roughly the same time as you, and so maybe. Okay, so I was talking about
Grave Words.
Grave Words.
To a
You go
10%
one by
chance,
one
yeah.
to each of these cultists, picking up the heads and tilting them. The first one you grab, and it looks at you, the eyes kind of lolling, and it just says, "I should have worn more black." And you take the next one up, and you pick it up, and this individual just kind of says, the floor is much harder. Could you set me on a chair, please?" Just dies. And one by one you go through. The next one says something along the lines of, "It wasn't worth it in the end." And the next one says, "I should have played the guitar more. It was so beautiful." And maybe something there is helpful, and maybe it's not.
Gibbs go check on Echo and Sheen.
No worries. Spice, what was your perception check?
25.
With a 25, and you like really like going around and looking, you hear as Gibbs picks up the face of one of these individuals, and you hear it say, "I really should have played the guitar more." Your eyes kind of drift across, and in the kind of elements that have been stolen, you do see that there is in fact a guitar case.
Oh,
There we go.
It's a very dark, almost some kind of a leather or hide case that is on the outside of it. Really, you could see the case. It could be empty, I suppose. You also see
Okay.
over there in that kind of pile as you go over, there's a number of like different like stickers that are put on the outside. There is one of them that is a little bit more substantial, and you recognize this isn't a band sticker. This is a radiation badge level 1.
Nice.
Oh.
In the same pile, you find 3 servings of mean lean green beans unopened.
I
Yep.
need those.
You find a brown bass guitar. The strings have been sharpened in one side so that there's dried blood all down the front.
Fun.
You find a shell gun, a blaze shell gun, and this seems to have elements at the front that would light the shotgun blast on fire as it goes out.
Is there a level to that?
I think it's 7. But I'll
I thought you
check.
just said level 1.
1 second here. Or I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
And then, well, it was 25, you said?
Yeah.
You see that camera above the door, and you would imagine that's an enhanced camera, actually.
Is there a way to take it?
You would just need to get like 15 feet up, but yeah, you could definitely just break it off.
I just point to Shade from the ground. I just go.
Oh, I think Shane.
Everyone's noticed it at this point. He
Well, I
even, like,
say
texted
go
us.
get it.
I'll do it.
I'm dealing with
I'll do it.
yeah.
But no Aeon, no relics,
Okay, yeah.
nothing.
No relics.
Yeah, can I open the guitar case?
Yeah. You crack
There's
the
a relic.
case open.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get you guys.
Within, there is a gorgeous guitar that's coated in carbon fiber, and the fretboard seems to be made out of actual bone, as it has this kind of like nodding texture to it. And this is a euphonic guitar. It's an electric guitar, but it seems to have some other
A
properties as well.
euphoric guitar?
Euphonic.
Fucking
sounding.
dope.
Guitar.
Cool. Spice picks it up because I was gonna pick up one of the bone swords or whatever that the
And
guys.
so, yeah, you would
literally
also
shred a
find
cord.
4 each of the bone cestus swords and
Bones.
4 compliance rays.
Okay. So she puts down one of the compliance rays for now and picks up this dope ass guitar, and her spirits lift a little bit as she starts picking away at these probably sharp ass strings.
Okay. This nice guitar, the strings have not been sharpened. The bass one
Oh, the bass
definitely
one they have.
but
Okay.
this one not so much.
Cultist likes music, I guess.
Yeah. The Shreddy McGreddy over here. Okay.
Freddie McGreddy, I love that. So, all of you have kind of like looked through this space now. At this point, if any of you have been trying to, I would say you can take a short rest in the
Oh,
course of
my
this time if
Laura.
you're trying to take
How
an
does that
hour.
work? You get
So 10 minutes you get your stamina, but then like HP you only get like 1 per every 8 hours or something.
Your
stupid shit,
HP takes a
annoying.
long time to heal unless you're doing
Unless you can
procedures
heal
for
it.
it.
I have to look when I think I need a long rest to get resolve
We were
points.
trying to do stuff in that corner.
Yeah. What are you trying to do?
Well, I would walk up to Echo
Okay.
and I would say, is there something that you want to show me?
Not necessarily show you. I do not think anyone wants to see a bunch of body parts in a box.
I will not go and look at the box.
However, it does appear that the group was gathering data on Pleiades Rock. And getting paid for it. And maintaining...
Echo looks distastefully at the box.
a back catalog of spares.
Echo, make a sense motive check. As you're saying this and you look around at everything that's around you,
Dirty 30.
a dirty 30.
Wow.
Gathering information about Pleiades Rock. That's definitely an idea. But as you look around, not all these androids are Echo units. You don't recognize that the other ones are from Pleiades Rock. And as you think back at the bodies parts that you saw briefly, there were no other Echo unit parts there. And so if they're gathering information about Pleiades Rock, they're doing
So
it.
4
Oh,
Pleiades.
4. I mean, they could be gathering some general Android data for Pleiades Rock, perhaps. That doesn't feel right. You also do have a data drive that you have not quite looked through yet, and maybe there are more answers there.
Echo's a little hesitant to just plug it into any old computer.
And that's
know.
probably a good idea.
Viruses. But we're
sure.
going to go see a computer.
Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one has already been hacked too many times, so let's give them some recovery.
Like once or
Twice.
once that like really did it.
So,
So I'd say we need to find somewhere to rest. I will take care of this, take the rest of the crew, and find somewhere out of line of sight of these cameras. They might come back with more.
I wonder if perhaps the cameras are not being used by the cultists.
Whoever is watching, we don't want to be there when they come back.
Unless Potato is watching.
I'm not certain if Potato is who Gibbs expects her to be.
They have helped us so far, at least in reaching and organizing a way through the husk.
You could say the same for Emma just now, but I do not trust her. Regardless, we need to find somewhere safe to rest. I'm going to take control of the camera, so that if anyone does come, we'll know.
Understood. I do believe, however, that
And Echo gestures to the, like, hoarded corner of the warehouse.
that might be our best option. It is well fortified and hiding amongst other packages and barrels.
So, Matt hasn't really seen any of this stuff.
yeah.
Would that be a good place for us to rest?
I mean,
and
if you're
camp
going to
out?
stay in the warehouse, yeah, as better than probably most other places. If you're,
Which corner? The camera's in this
the camera
corner?
is like right here looking down into the
Oh,
warehouse.
over here.
So if the door
Okay.
was shut, it would be located right on top of the door looking down so that
So
I
it
could
would
see anybody
see
coming
in
in.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
How far are we from Blue's Tower?
Not very far. You guys, like, it's probably like 2 blocks beyond.
Guys, we're not far from Blue's Tower. We should try and go there. Just rest there.
I would prefer to rest before we move on.
The place we came from?
No, Blue's
No,
Tower.
To the end
Okay,
of
the
our
end-
The end of our
fucking
journey.
mission
Is there
here.
like somewhere across the street that we could just duck into that would be not directly here, but still able to kind of keep an eye on this area
Yeah.
while staying not directly like
There is like the entire front
fucking
smashed
existence.
in, and part of what looks like the fender still left over of a hovercraft. What was at one point an art supply store, and you can just kind of go across the street into there if you want. There are like the kind of like aisles set up, so if you want to go towards the back, you would be pretty obscured.
Okay. I'm gonna wireless hack implant Ghost into the camera
Okay.
so that I can keep a feed of that going. And then I'm gonna say over the comms to everyone, let's move across the street. We need to rest.
Do you need to get any of these Echo units?
Echo has, like, already, like, picked up and has, like, the
Has a
arm over their
wagon
shoulder.
full of them.
It's just kind of
Gibbs
like,
will grab the hover cart thingy and load up whatever Echo wants.
just the Echo unit.
Just one?
Oh,
You don't
just
want
one.
the other one?
There's only one.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I
The
thought
rest
there
are
was more.
just filthy
Then never mind. I will
androids.
manually help her by holding up a toe.
Okay. You help by holding up the toe. They seem pretty proficient with it, but you help.
I help.
Echo, it may be safer to find somewhere to safely hide the body for now.
I agree. I do not plan on leaving the body here in the warehouse.
Fair enough. Now we rest.
You make your way across the street to this art supply store. It's
I'll
called
set up
Thick
a
Hues.
Proximity helmet.
Huh?
I have a proximity helmet.
Okay, so you
I want to set
tug
it
on.
up so it will chirp.
I think technically I have to make a check for the implant Ghost.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Why don't we just take the camera?
But
Can we just
it's-
take it? Oh, you want to make it look like...
I don't
There's
want it
nothing.
to seem
Okay.
like we've fucked with it
Got
because
it.
that's more suspicious.
Got it.
While walking across the street with the
Alright.
cart.
It's a 28 to hack the camera.
Okay. Seems successful.
Echo wants to like check the weenie cultist
Okay.
and just see if there's any like identification, because he's kind of not a cultist,
a
right? He's
doctor,
dressed
right?
differently.
So as you go over and you look, they have the cultist robes on, but none of these like concertina wire kind of things. There is no real scarring on them. You don't see any of the kind of like deep cuts or grooves, and the hands very delicate.
Dude wasn't into me slashing him.
What was that?
Dude wasn't into me slashing him.
Really wasn't.
Yeah.
And so he does not seem to be a Zon-Kuthon cultist.
This is the worst internship.
They're human. What are you trying to determine about them?
Any affiliation or identity
Make a
other
cultist
than
check.
the cultists.
Bubs will walk over and watch Echo
And
do
we'll
this.
like maybe call Spice over to take a look at it
Spice
too.
like reluctantly crawls over there and goes, "What?"
So this is the
And
altar of
I'll do it.
Call, right?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It's just same.
Oh, nice.
So I got 21.
Okay.
What did you?
Okay, let me do some math here. 15 plus 16.
15 plus 16.
31. So Spice comes over to kind of like take a look at this, and the two of you
I know
looking at
that
it,
guy.
For you, they have like a weird monster tattoo, and that's kind of the only thing that you see. You're not really sure. You've never seen anything like it. It does look vaguely human in
Is
nature,
it a
and so
blue-skinned angel?
your eyes kind of it's not kind of drift up to there are wings on it though.
Oh.
And then as you look up at Bub's Spice, you go over to it, and you've seen this before. This is called a Codicus staff. And it's like these snakes kind of entwined around each other and these wings behind it. And you know that this is a symbol that is kind of associated in like old human times. You probably heard like Bubbles blabbing on about it at some point in like an old TV show with the medical profession.
That looks like my gun.
It looks very much like your gun.
That looks like my gun.
You've seen this very symbol before on the
That's on the med
Codicus
packs.
medical company. It's on many med packs, in fact.
Interesting.
Bubs is gonna say, "Do you think he was like a real cultist?"
No.
No.
But why do they have a medical personnel if they just enjoy cutting each other?
Well, because they didn't just enjoy cutting each other. They had to cut up the androids, and it was done quite skillfully, wasn't it?
What are they doing? What are a bunch
Yes.
of Zon-Kuthon cultists doing
They
with
were
androids?
dismembering.
Why? It wasn't just for fun.
We fucked up this blood altar.
Oh, Emma did actually.
Emma did, yeah. And when you did your investigation of it for mysticism, it was certainly not active anymore.
Oh, I like spill the blood and like fuck it
Yeah.
up a little more and like piss in it.
There's like little like Gibbs handprints all over the place.
Have we investigated this?
Yeah.
Is
Nails.
this the actual altar?
Yes, and so when you hear the benailed altar of Zon-Kuthon, that is an altar with nails that have been welded to it, and there's one cultist that is impaled on it.
I want to ask because I wasn't sure.
No,
yeah,
absolutely.
that makes sense.
It's a good question.
In character, seeing a bed of nails, it's like that's probably the benailed
Yes,
altar.
it's literally a benailed altar.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
Bubs is going to. Is the guy like wearing like any mask or anything?
Which guy?
The one that me, Echo, and Spice are over.
The doctor
weenie.
guy.
No,
Doctor guy.
no.
Alright,
Just
I'm
had
gonna
a
just
robot.
take a picture of him and I'm gonna
John
send it to Deb
Kuthon.
and say, do you know this person at all? Can you run any information on this person? And I'll send it to Steele independently as well.
Okay. Make a just roll a d20.
Can I get some of his blood in one of the glass vials
Ooh,
I
that's
have?
nice.
Sure
19.
can.
I don't know if it's useful,
Make
but
a medical check, and this is really whether or not you can get only their blood into it. There's a lot of
Sure.
blood all over the place.
It's a 19.
Okay.
Don't worry, I've got a vial of Bub's blood.
I got a 17.
17. You got some blood in a vial.
Nice.
Bubbles, very quickly you get a message back from Dempwanuto. And the message just kind of says... Oh, sorry, I accidentally pressed a battle fight.
Message
I'm on my way.
Who is this guy?
Demp runs. The message comes back and Demp just says, it says from Demp, that guy's a member of, they've been trafficking body parts off-world. We were able to intercept a shipment pretty recently, but hadn't found one in a while. Where'd you find this guy?
I'm gonna share this message out as I'm reading it to Echo and Spice and anyone who's around.
The husk.
What should I say?
The hollow husk.
Well, can you also send him a picture of this guy? Because this guy's the servant of midnight who he thought was the husk of the hollow.
Who?
Demp thought that the husk of the hollow that we're tracking on a bounty was the servant of midnight, but this guy's the servant of midnight.
The Hulk of the Husk.
The Hulk of the right. So I'm being not at all useful to your part of the conversation, but just being like, and also text him this thing.
You get another message from Demp, and it says, "Oh, and by the way, you remember I thought that was a henchman from Little Elrune, right? The Hulk of the Husk." Just to keep it really clear. Okay, that's the text that you get.
So, I'm not. Yeah. So, back to the Echo. I'm gonna read it out loud. So, is there anything you want me to say, Echo?
Mention the connection to the cultists, and nothing more.
Bubs is gonna text back. Yeah, we found him when we were fighting with the Zonkuthon cultist. He seemed like he was a member, maybe? I don't know. He was wearing robes.
You get another message back, and it just says, "Send me your address. I'll have some people come by, and we'll do an investigation."
I'll read that out loud to Echo. Should I do that?
We will be long gone.
Bubs does so.
Okay, you send the address. No worries.
And does this guy have a name or anything?
You didn't get it, but
Yeah, I'll ask him. Does he have a name or something? Just so I can put him in.
Pat him down for a driver's license.
So interestingly, there's no information. This individual doesn't even have a communicator. Which
Dude didn't take his
rare.
Costco membership card with him.
Brown guy. There's more information
Yeah,
on my
I'll
driver's
ask him.
license at this point.
Just so I can put it in my notes.
Attorney at law.
Guy's got a library card.
The message comes back: Dask Underdusk, Green Cowboy of Medicine.
He's with Task.
Is
D-A-S-K.
it not?
And this guy, Demp, texts back, pretty far from grace, I guess. He was a real doctor, this guy.
Okay.
So you all rest within this place, and as you complete your rest and find yourselves a little bit stronger, because it is 9:30, this is where we're going to end for the evening.
We level up.
Wow, we've been zooming through the levels if you ask. But I guess we've been playing for like a
You
year
do
and a half,
not
so I guess
level up.
not.
However, you have successfully completed that encounter, which technically took us an entire real-world month to get through.
Yeah, shit.
But we'll be back next week for a little bit more Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. If you cannot wait that long, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be playing our original. Oh man, don't shine that into the camera.
Yes,
Not real.
So join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our original D&D 5e campaign, Courts of Everest. I'll be there. Matt will be there. Carol will be there. We'll be joined by Hannah, Alana, and Tina. And Vincent. And we'll see. Vincent was he was the last person to join the campaign. But we'll see you then. Take it easy.
See you, space boyfriend.